Good evening.
Yo.
Hello. Hello, Gemini. Hello, Piggle.
Good evening.
That's a bit of a delay.
Oh, that was interesting.
So good to see you guys.
Ah, good to see you.
Oh, well, hear you. But anyway, your voices fill me with joy and other weird emotions.
Oh.
Had a good night's sleep, eh, Gemini?
Yep.
Good. I mean, I didn't realize how late in the evening these streams, or sorry, early in the morning, these streams were for you. So I do commend.
Still missed it. It's middle of the afternoon.
Middle of the afternoon. Oh, so you slept in the last time.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's because you said you just woken up 5 minutes ago and it's like, oh my god, he's probably up at like 6 in the morning or something.
No. Now your Tuesday streams, those hit at like 7 in the morning my time. But
Wait, weren't those? Don't you mean the previous Sunday streams, the one that's at 2 p.m. my time? Because Tuesday streams were always at this time, the current time, actually.
oh,
Well, something. I mean, my schedule means an awful lot to me and no one else. It's the thing that keeps me going. Someone in the chat says, stop playing with yourself and start playing... Stop playing with yourself and start playing with yourself. I had to read that twice just to see where that one was going, but yeah, I see. We've got Pickle Dog on Parsec. I don't know if you want to...
so you want us to masturbate? Is that what you're saying?
I think that's exactly what he's saying. He wants us he wants us to get dirty and jiggy with ourselves, which I can wholeheartedly sympathize with, of course. Incidentally, we are live with the voice part of this. I feel like I should mention that. It seems disingenuous not to. Yeah, maybe I should turn on the camera. Do something good. I think I've got everything lined up.
Well, if you want.
Yeah. So if anyone is listening to this right now, 14 people ostensibly are, if Restream is to be believed. If you hear some system sounds, don't panic or anything. That might just be Gemini eventually connecting on Parsec.
Yeah. Thanks for the reminder.
I mean, you were going to, probably figure that out eventually. Why is there such a lag? Oh wait, I'm watching this on Twitch. Oh fuck. Dum dee dum dee dum dum dum. Turning on. Oh, there you go. I'll let you.
Dorindy says it's steampunk, not peenpunk.
He does have a point there. Actually, a quick question for you guys before we start. Is my voice terrifyingly low on your end? Like through Discord?
No?
No, you and Gemini are the same level for me.
Really interesting. Because
Wait, do you mean low volume wise or low pitch wise?
volume wise.
No, you're same volume as always.
Oh, that's interesting because we were doing a backseat designers thing on Thursday, and we were using Discord to record it. And throughout the entire thing, my voice was like really, really low. And the other guys were saying, "Hey, turn your volume up," and I was like fiddling with my my audio device down here, and I cranked the gain on that really high, and then I went to record some Space Quest videos, and all of a sudden I was clipping like a motherfucker, and it was, yeah, so that's weird. So Discord was apparently just having a moment. Oh well, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. The actual stream volume should be as it always is, loud and unpleasant. Yeah, Dan says sounds good on YouTube and Twitch. Yeah, apparently it's just Discord. Oh fuck it. I should just turn on the camera and stop rambling. Where's your lovely face? Says Andy P. Well, here it is. Hello, I'm the Space Quest historian. That shocked voice you just heard was my friend Gemini. How you doing, sir?
Dare I ask why your shirt looks like it has blood spatter on it?
I love this shirt. I just got this yesterday, and I've been dying to wear it because I can't wear it to work. Obviously, I work at a fucking school. So yeah, it's my blood shirt. I love it. I should sort of.
Oh.
I'm gonna show the rest of it. Here you go. Yeah, it's just blood spatter. It's one of those Halloween shirts, but I figured this is very comfortable and I dig it. I'm weird. Also joining us in the voice chat is the dog that is pickled. Hello, Mr. Dog. He has muted himself. That's okay.
Whoops. Hello. Apparently I'm too loud, so I'm busy trying to fix that.
Oh, not terribly loud. A little loud, maybe, but not amazingly loud. The chat just went apeshit with the. Put it back. Who did you murder? Who did you kill? What do you do at school? Who do you murder at school? No, steady on. Like I said, I got this yesterday, so that was a Saturday, and I wasn't at the school. I didn't kill anyone. This is just painted on. I promise. Brett Sims asks, backseat what? I'm so glad you asked. It is the podcast about game design that I co-host with two of my good friends, Gareth and Fred. And actually, you've just missed our special. We put out a special yesterday over on backseatdesigners.com in celebration of Virginia Caper's 93rd birthday. And also to announce that Fred got his wife pregnant and we're going on an indefinite hiatus. But we will be back at some point, yes. So anyway, fun times. We have interviewed a number of fancy people on the show the past season, including Francisco Gonzalez, the creator of Lamplight City. In fact, he has been on the show multiple times. He is a very dear friend of the show because he shares the same fucked up humor that we do. You can't really tell from his games, but Francisco has a wonderful sense of humor. Actually, maybe you can kind of tell, but it's yeah, I know stories about Francisco. Oh yes. Oh, such stories I have. Oh, is the game? No, the game is not too loud, is it? I think I remembered to turn the game audio down. I'm just gonna just double check here for good measure. Yeah, turned it down. There we go. Okay, so in honor of our friend Lucy in the sky with diamonds. She didn't watch the first episode, but she is apparently tuning in for this one. Yeah, there she is, Lucy Phonic, 2014. Good to see you. Gemini, can you quickly recap what happened in the last episode? Because I can't be bothered.
We made dick jokes on a lack of sleep.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Anyway, well, we're this dude. We're not Mr. Specimens. That's just the object behind him. We're this dude. Shit, what's his name again? I should know this.
Dick?
Dick? Yeah, we'll just call him Dick. No, wait. Miles Fordham. That's his name. Miles shot his. Well, actually, we did. Shot his partner. He used to be a cop in this Victorian steampunky atmosphere. So now he has this uncomfortably sort of hunched over gait. He's weighed down by guilt. And not only that, but his dead partner is talking to him. He is, in fact, the game's narrator. Here, check this out.
Those flowers are definitely not native to this area. They seem to be thriving in their glass tubes, though.
Yep. So apparently we're supposed to find the... Well, I was going to say his killer, but that was us. But we shot him in the line of duty because he was being held at knife point by some jackass who had robbed a flower shop. And that's... Now that I sound that out, it just sounds even more ridiculous. But yeah,
the person that would have killed him had we not saved him the trouble.
Exactly. Yes. Good distinction to make there. And that's basically it. And right now we're sort of the game is sort of broken up into different cases, and we are investigating a case of. Shit, I don't know. We talked to some weird people. Oh yeah, that's right. Some woman who is now in a catatonic state, probably was already. Her husband, at his own funeral, suddenly, bolted upright, and
No, it was the woman that
was it the woman
came to life.
Oh, was it? Oh, sorry. Okay, so the husband is dead. Yeah. So anyway, that's sort of what we're investigating. How can that happen? How can a woman suddenly bolt upright at her own funeral and, well, not speak, because she is catatonic, but still very much alive? Let's see what the chat has to say. Trolls, when are you going to get pregnant? Sorry, don't quite have the equipment for that, but yeah, you never know. Modern science and everything.
I'm afraid how he did it.
Hey, there's a bit of an echo on you, Pickle. I don't know what is that. Is that the
Sorry,
stream?
yeah. I had I had some feedback there. I fixed it.
Oh, cool, excellent.
What?
Let's see. Dan asks, was it Francisco in that doing adventure game pun jokes on your channel? Yes, it was. We did. You laugh, you lose with adventure game jokes. It was terrible, but we had a lot of fun. And in the Gabriel Knight co-commentary, yes. And speaking of Gabriel Knight, this is in no way just Gabriel Knight in a steampunk setting. Absolutely not. That is not a trench coat.
That poor bonsai. Man, you can't stop trimming it.
Yeah. There's not going to be much left of that bonsai tree, is there? This is apparently the estranged daughter of Miss Catatonic, and I do believe we had a conversation with
Hello
her.
again, Miss Montgomery.
Yeah, we did.
Mind answering a few more questions?
Hello, Mr. Fordham. Not at all.
I remembered his last name. Yay! What can you tell me about yourself?
So, you study botany. Fascinating subject.
Is it?
Are you an admirer of plants, Mr. Fordham?
My wife has the green thumb in the household, but I do have a certain appreciation for them.
Plants are amazing things, just like people in many ways.
How do you mean?
They always stay in one place and need constant
Ignore a
watering?
plant and it will wither. Give it too much attention, and it will become sick. Plants have many things to teach us, and I greatly enjoy learning from them.
Was Francisco involved in making Gabriel Knight? No, he wasn't. But I tease him frequently about how this game may or may not resemble Gabriel Knight a bit. You see the dialogue portraits here and the conversation stuff in the middle. That's very Gabriel Knight-ish. Gabriel Knight is one of Francisco's favorite games, so I am, of course, just friendly teasing him. This is his own game in a lot of ways. But I will, of course, be pointing out all the Gabriel Knight's inspiration that we may encounter just for the sake of it.
These plants are impressive. Are they yours?
Yes, I've developed a method to make them extra healthy and strong.
It's
Larger
amphetamines.
than anything I've ever seen. How do you do it?
But I can't reveal my secrets, Mr. Fordham.
I do it by
And
clipping
you
the
will
hell out of
hear
the
about my
leaves.
discoveries
Yeah.
soon enough.
I threaten them to become bigger and better and healthier.
No, I don't keep or grow those here.
No more questions for now.
Then if you don't mind, I have work to do.
Toodles. Oh yeah, there was something about lilies, weren't there? Oh yeah, the flower shop mystery had something to do with the person with the knife only stole lilies. Actually, he broke into the store, stole lilies, paid for them, and then decided to hold up police officers at knife points. Very weird person. Andy P asks, have you played Unavowed yet? Yes, I have. I've actually finished it. Played it with my wife, and I want to play it on the stream as well. Maybe even after we finish Lamplight City, because I have things I want to talk about, and I also want to try some of the different paths and shit. Did Francisco design these characters? He certainly did. He even motion captured them himself. He acted them out.
Nice.
Maybe all of them,
Wow.
actually. Yep. Oh,
Number 8 says, you should see the ficus in my pants.
nice one. Oh, wait, this is where we came from. Sorry, yes. Lucy said something like, maybe we're gonna make some... No, Summer said, maybe we're gonna make progress in this stream. I highly fucking doubt it. But
Yeah.
we'll do our best.
I
Let's...
barely remember anything from the last stream other than we played it.
Yeah, me neither. So there's gonna be a bit of catching up to do here.
Quack hasn't got anything more for us to learn right now.
Fine. How about...
Her eyes are glazed over, and she's got a vacant, expressionless stare. If we didn't know she'd been buried alive, I'd say she was just exhibiting the typical symptoms of your average rich person.
Yeah, and her sort of drugged up son is in the living room here, and we're supposed to... That's right, we're supposed to refill his prescription for pep-me-up dick pills, right?
I don't think they have anything to do with his dick.
It totally...
I think we just made that up.
Did we? Did we now? Really? I maintain that they were, in fact, dick pills.
I mean, they are
know.
they are pick-me-up pills. They're just not specifically for that general region.
As far as you know.
You again? I told you I have
So
no time for visitors.
according to the chat, the entire
Sorry,
cast
buddy.
looks like
I'll be on my
Francisco.
way.
Good day to you, sir.
It actually sort of does. A very scruffy Francisco, but yeah. He doesn't walk like that, though. I've met Francisco in person at last year's Adventure X, and we'll probably meet him again this year's Adventure X, unless he decides to stay away from me, which he might.
Ah, home at last.
Seeing you come home always puts a smile on my face.
Yeah, I can tell.
What's
He looks
this
so
case
fucking
Upton's
glad.
got you on? Another missing pet?
If only. A Gascon Grand Dame was attacked and almost interred alive.
You mean Madame Dupre? The one whose obituary was in the paper?
The very same.
Goodness, that does sound serious. Tell me if there's anything I can do to help.
Summer says go back to the
Not
jail,
feeling your best lately.
but
Always a help to me, Addie. Though I assure you I have this well in hand.
I was kind of hoping that the missus here could give us some hint as to where to proceed, but you know what?
I'll see you later, Addie.
In the interest of getting the plot moving, let's just do what Summer says.
It'll be fine.
A lot of great motion capture action here. This dude is the one who got pinned on the crime of attacking Madam Rich Catatonic person.
Could I ask you some more questions, Mr. Martin?
It's not like I'm going anywhere.
Well, you could have a
Albert, did
lockpick on you. We don't
Madame
know.
Dupre?
With the dude watching?
Cruel, sadistic, and bigoted. When she found out about my relationship,
Oh yeah, he was
she sent me a letter threatening to
he
have
was banging the daughter.
near her house or her daughter. So yes, Mr. Fordham, I hated her. But even so, I love her daughter. I wouldn't be so cruel as to take Juliet's mother away from her, even if she hated her too.
I beg your pardon?
Juliet and her mother didn't get along at all.
Did they really?
I asked why, but it was obvious there was something going on.
Intriguing.
Her love of botany. Okay, I know where this is going. We have now learned that they hate each other, and we go back and we tell her, we know ye hate your mother. Dear God, do not say things like that. And it turns out she stabbed her with a bonsai tree. Okay, that one kind of fell apart.
That's all for
I
now.
want to see how that works.
That's why she's trimmed them so much. She's sharpening them.
Yeah. Sick bitch. Yeah. Hello, I'm a giant clock. No.
She's busy. That's not to bother her until we have something to ask.
Okay, back to the jail.
You mean we don't?
Not yet. We need firm proof. And it occurs to me that we haven't actually spoken to racist jailer over here, who is just a look
He's
message.
watching you like a hawk. Looks liable to toss you in one of his cells if you try any funny business.
Damn, that's all the business I have. Empty cell, looking around. Horn!
I bet that's a direct line to the police department. You should make a rude noise into it when Giles isn't paying attention.
That'd be fun. And there's nothing else to mess with. Okay, we can ask him a little bit about
Could I
himself.
ask you some...
It's
Because you just want to exhaust the dialogue
How did
tree.
you end up in here?
I was just minding my own business at home when the police showed up with no warning. They made some outrageous claims about me putting some sort of curse on Madame Dupre. The next thing I knew,
What the hell was that? Someone's phone just went.
be beside herself with
Yeah,
worry.
my friend just kind of had a freak
Just
out.
hope she's all right.
Cool. I hope it's better.
What does your mother do, Mr. Martin?
She helps people.
Does she make dick pills?
Hoping you'd be just a bit more specific.
She provides spiritual help to those who seek guidance.
Does she in fact put curses on people?
Not quite. She's more like...
Or their dicks.
How can I explain it? You know how a
Lamplight
priest
City,
holds
the
mass
quest
to
for dick
spread the word
pills.
of God to the people? My mother holds services and calls on the spirits to
Oh,
walk
don't
among
fucking tell me it's voodoo.
and guidance.
So she's a religious leader?
If you want to give her that title, it would be the most appropriate.
Yeah.
Does this
What can you
religion
tell me about voodoo?
You'd probably know it as
Yes!
but it doesn't mean what you think it does. People are so quick to judge and portray
It
us as
actually means we
evil
take
when they
pins and
have
stick them into
no
dolls.
idea.
Oh, no. If you've never played Gabriel Knight, that's hoodoo, not voodoo.
Oh, sorry.
Voodoo's a lot of
There's a little
dancing.
bit of Gabriel Knight, all way back in the day.
Oh, it is a fantastic game, so I can certainly see why Francisco would take inspiration from it. But real voodoo, according to Gabriel Knight at least, involves a lot of nudity and dancing. And well, how can you argue with that? What can you tell me? Please say what can you tell me about voodoo?
So you practice voodoo?
Are you making fun of me, Mr. Fordham?
No, of course not. Apologies if it seemed as though I was. It's just that the police are convinced that black magic was involved in Madame Dupre's apparent death.
That's because that idiot son of hers knew about my mother, and like all bigoted fools, assumed that we're involved in devil worship and the black arts. But I can assure you...
Our arts are more gray,
certainly
on
not
the gray scale.
Mr. Fordham.
Of course, I didn't mean to
We
imply.
prefer the term
Just-
monochrome.
Just forget it.
That's all for now.
Oh, wait, before you go, would you do me a favor? Would you go see my mother at
Yes,
her house
I would love
for a
to.
message?
You're at 451 Compton Street, right?
I doxed you before I got
That's
here.
right. Could you tell her I said
Ooh, a code phrase.
Saint Rock's dog is barking?
I suppose I could do that, yes.
Would you mind telling me what the fuck that
Whatever happened
means?
to a simple I love you?
Alright, leaving. Yay! Combo number 8 says, hooray for nudity! Yes, that is indeed a hooray moment. Where? Where? Where's her house again?
On the right somewhere.
This is...
There it is.
Oh, that's... Oh, right. Oh, that's... So the person's door that we've been knocking on is, in fact... Yes. Okay, I see. It was a very, very late night last Sunday. We don't remember
I
anything.
told you I have no time for visitors.
Albert gave me a message
You're
for you.
Albert Martin's mother, aren't you?
Who are you?
Miles Fordham. I spoke with Albert, and he told me to give you a message. He
It said, look me in the fucking eyes when you talk to me.
Barking.
Oh, I see. That's good. That's very good. You better come in, Mr. Fordham. Standing on the street just won't do.
No, it'll be easier to kill you from in here. Step further towards the cauldron, please.
Welcome to my home, Mr. Fordham. I am Sabine Martin. I hope you
nice smoke
understand that
effects.
Albert has nothing
Yes.
to do with this awful business. Would you care for some tea?
No!
It certainly changed when you gave her that message. I wonder what it meant.
No, thank you, ma'am. I won't be staying long.
I will, however, inspect your cauldron thoroughly. Or I'll just be walking in a weird fucking circle over here.
A rather unremarkable book collection, I'm sorry to say. That statue, on the other hand, gives me the willies.
Which one? This one?
For all we know, that rider is some sort of demon. He looks like he's having a good time, at least.
Okay. Well, we owe it to ourselves to just have a look around before we interrogate her. In her very sparsely furnished living room, I must say. There's one chair and an altar sort of stashed against the wall, and then nothing fucking else, and then a huge cauldron. Well, I just sort of clicked on her by accident, really.
I'll try to answer them the best I can.
Well, ask for tea. Is this a distraction puzzle? I think it might be. I've changed my mind about that tea. Could you scoot off for a second? Yes. All right, we'll go through this and then actually have a look around. I noticed that the curtain was a hand icon, so you could sort of mess with it. And I wonder... She has shifty eyes, too. So I wonder if the curtain has something to do with the distraction puzzle I am imagining so far.
Do you think your son is capable of doing what he stands accused of?
Never. Albert wouldn't harm a fly.
Look, I can fit my cursor into her earring.
Why don't you tell me a bit more about him then?
He started working at the university laboratory a few years ago. I was so proud of him. The university is quite selective, you know. The same for its staff as well as its students.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. He was cleaning at the university where the daughter,
Those
Josephine or
high
whatever,
society types.
was
But that one-
snipping bonsai trees into oblivion.
Is she sure that's the correct body part?
He's all the family I have, Mr. Fordham.
What do you think of... Juliet. Sorry. Yeah. What do you think of her, eh? Mm-hmm. Kind of a piece of...
What do you know about Juliet, Madame Dupre's daughter?
I know
That's
Albert
not
was
saying them
smitten
all.
with her, no matter that I told him to be very careful around her kind.
Her
Those
kind.
rich Creole families don't care much for people like us. To them, we're just a help. But from his telling, Juliet sounded to be a decent soul. It's a shame the same can't be said for her kin.
Well, at least she's quiet now. She still writes very inflammatory letters, but yeah.
Do you know anything about Madame Laura Dupre?
I never met
Bitch.
her in person, but I know plenty about her.
Like what?
Nothing fit for a polite
Told you.
conversation, Mr. Fordham. But I can tell you this. Laura Dupre has far more enemies than she lets on.
Does that
Like
include
the
you or your
entire African-American
Certainly does not.
contingency of this town, I would imagine. Racist bitch.
If you'll indulge my curiosity, what exactly was the meaning of Albert's message?
Saint Rock is the patron saint of dogs, as well as the falsely accused. If he sent the message along with you, it means he trusts
For
you.
some reason, I just flashed to the dog ate my homework.
Perhaps you were hoping for something else.
Falsely accusing a
That's
dog
the way
of
of
something.
mysteries, isn't it?
How do you mean?
The thrill of the
Makes
unknown
sense.
is always more exciting than the truth. Mystery makes life a little more interesting.
True, but if mysteries were really better unsolved, I wouldn't have a job.
No, but then you would find time to shave, I imagine.
What exactly is it you do, Mrs.
And also,
Martin?
you wouldn't have shot your
I
partner.
provide services
Also
to
that.
A delightfully vague answer if there ever was one. Give me something a bit more specific, please.
I'm a
She
Mambo
invited you
That
in.
means I'm what you call a voodoo queen. I'd give you a detailed explanation of the responsibilities and duties of the role, but your time would be better spent clearing my son's name.
That's a very sort of cavalier way of going. Incidentally, I am a voodoo queen. I'm in touch with the spirits and all that is bountiful and holy in this town, but go save my fucking son already. You're wasting my time.
Can you tell me a bit more about your religious practices?
Can you tell me about voodoo? Just say it. Just say it, man.
Whites in this city are afraid of us for no reason. Voodoo is not about black magic or dark spells or turning people into the living dead. It's about healing and life. Naturally, there are...
I mean, those other things are just for when we get bored.
...ill purposes, but I am not one of those.
Sounds like you hit a sore spot. Might be a good idea to stop pressing her on this angle.
10-4. All right, I won't ask for tea just yet. I want to
Thank
look
you for
around
your
her living room. Yeah, bye. I'm going to poke your curtains. That came out wrong.
I'm afraid that room is private, Mr. Fordham. I must respectfully ask you to not go in there.
I fucking knew it. This is the
There's distraction puzzle written all over it.
yeah. I mean, in fact, this same puzzle is in Gabriel Knight's Sins of the Fathers. Mosley, get me a fucking coffee so I can pilfer your badge.
I think I'll take you up on your offer for tea, after all.
All right, Mr. Fordham. You'll have to give me a few minutes to heal.
Yes!
I'll be back
course.
shortly.
Of course. Off you scoot. Oh, I thought for a second she was going to go behind the curtain.
Gotta love good old adventure game amnesia.
Amazing. Even more voodoo stuff.
Please
back
don't go in
there.
that room.
Why would
I'd like
she
some
keep
tea.
this
Okay, sure.
particular-
Yeah.
Question.
They obviously have some importance to her. I'd suggest asking, but I don't know.
What did we
Best
just
idea
learn?
how sensitive
That she has
is
voodoo
about the
trinkets?
subject.
And she already told us she was a voodoo queen. I'm going to sit in her chair. Fuck it. Oh, okay. Do you have more than one
Be
chair?
ready in a few minutes, Mr. Fordham. You can help yourself once it's done.
Oh, can I
Very
go
kind,
to her
Mrs.
kitchen?
Martin.
I want to go to her kitchen. I can't go to her kitchen.
I've got a few questions for you, Mrs. Martin.
I'll try to answer them the best I can.
So, the stuff behind the curtain I wasn't supposed to look in. Could you tell me about it? Because I've seen it.
About that back room of yours.
I beg your pardon?
I don't know about this, Miles. Is this really a road you want to go down?
Sure, let's piss off the voodoo queen.
Oh, and here is the kicker. Of course, I sort of neglected to say this at the start of the stream, but I would imagine most Let's Players who are currently playing this game are trying to do it right. So the thing that is, standing me apart, that's not the phrase, but anyway, the thing that I'm doing with this is trying deliberately to get everything wrong so that we can see the bad ending. Apparently, there are multiple paths in this game, and Francisco is very keen on the phrase, the detective game where it's okay to fail. And if Francisco says it's okay to fail, then fail we will. So, lads, Gemini, Pickle Dog, what would you suggest is the best way to fuck this conversation up?
Well, our partner seems to be cautioning us a lot against pressing her on the back room. So let's talk about the back room.
I think we should.
Press her further.
Yeah, I think so too.
I had a look behind your curtain.
Yeah.
Care to explain what all those things in that back room are?
Mr. Fordham, I was under the impression you could be trusted. Clearly, Albert was wrong about
He
you.
sure fucking
Seeing
was.
them out of view. What's their significance?
I don't like people invading my privacy, Mr. Fordham. You're
Shows
no
you
longer
out.
welcome in my home. Please leave.
But without me, your son won't get out of jail. Nobody else thinks he's innocent. Are you really going to put your pride over your son's life?
Ooh.
Now you insult me?
Oh yeah.
Something special.
Damn.
Don't say it again. Get out.
Will you say it with your fists?
Clearly hit a nerve there, Fordham.
Yeah.
I'm suspicious if you ask me. Perhaps her and Mr. Martin's religious practices aren't as innocent as they claim to be.
Ah, yes.
Saying no.
Taking the offensive white guy stance
The
on this one.
evidence against Mr. Martin is somewhat damning. If his mother was so sure of his innocence, she'd surely have explained what all those things behind the curtain
Some
were.
idiot in the chat's
I don't think
asking,
I'm
what
gonna
is all this
appreciate
nonsense
being
here?
proven wrong.
We'll just ignore him.
Not like
Oh yeah, I see him. Hey, Mr. Gonzalez, could you not bother us while we're trying to play a game? The person who made this game is clearly a very special individual. God, I wish he'd show up. He sounds like an interesting character. Hi, Francisco. I wonder if, and I'm just putting this out there, he is free to decline, of course, but I wonder if we should make Francisco an honorary Patreon member so he can join in the voice chat, if he so chooses. I will let that sort of sink in for Mr. Gonzalez in the chat. And, let's see, we learned, I'm going to go back to jail and tell the son that we absolutely, that his mother is very rude. This is so fucked up. Like,
Nothing else to ask him right now. He hasn't got much time left. Best not to waste it.
Vocabra says, honorary patron member, pay Francisco so he'll pay you. I paid for this game. I actually, the publishers.
True, fair point.
I did. His publishers actually sent me an email and said, "Hi, would you like a free key for this game?" And I said, "I support Gonzalez." And I said that in a very weird way, so I assume they won't contact me again. Francisco
says, sign me up.
Yes, well then I shall indeed find his ass on... That came out wrong again. I'm gonna see if I can find him in me chat thing. Sir, where have you gone from my life? Grundis? Well, he doesn't appear to be online. Oh, Discord, don't fail me now. Is there some way to get it to show? Oh, offline. Oh, okay. I honestly thought he was on my Discord. I guess he's not. Oh well.
Yeah, he is.
Is he? Where?
Yeah, he's in online.
I don't see. There's something wrong with my... Here, lads, check this out. You guys can see my screen, right? This is me. These are all my patrons. And then it just goes into offline. Can you... Did I collapse?
That's weird.
Did I collapse something?
Showing up for me.
Oh, you have to go into one of the public chat rooms to see the non-patrons.
That makes sense.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you. All right, sir, you are now an honorary patron. And I know that is technically cheating, but please hold your pitchforks. This is, of course, the game's creator, so I think we're allowed to make an exception in this particular case. Yes, there he is. He even adds me, or messaged me in the... Alright, so, Grundislav, if you feel like joining the audio chat, there's an audio lounge in the secret channels on the Discord. If you so desire. Okay, let's see. Nothing much to do there, nothing much to do... Well, actually, we can go and have a chat with Juliet and say, you know what? I think your boyfriend did it. Because...
She's busy.
Oh, maybe not.
Damn. We failed so hard, no one wants to talk to us.
Yeah. How about the coffee house? We could just chat with anyone.
Hey, there he is.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Francisco.
How is everybody doing? I'm way too energetic for what I should be.
Oh,
How's everyone?
Oh, that's good because it's very late at night here, so I'm getting kind of loopy, and we've been making a lot of dick jokes about the game. But this...
Oh, good.
Oh, this means I have to stop with the Gabriel Knight jokes. Damn.
Oh, you can make them all you want. This first case is the most Gabriel Knight of the whole game.
Was there...
I knew that was that's on purpose. I mean, come on. Let's be honest.
I'm glad you're being so honest.
Nonsense.
I mean, was there a temporary line in there at some point that said, "Tell me about voodoo"?
No, that I was very conscious not to do.
Okay.
I wanted to do all my nostalgia and pandering in a subtle way and not an outright, hey, here's Cedric on the wall or anything like that, you know?
You didn't pull it.
Yeah, you know how I feel about nostalgia, and I wanted to make
Just goes
something
to
that was
show you.
clearly inspired by one of my favorite games, but wasn't a total just like
If only that police.
reskin or anything like that. So it starts off pretty Gabriel Knighty,
Good day to you, officer.
and then it goes off and
Afraid-
does its own thing. So hopefully, people won't think I'm just ripping off too much.
You heard it from the...
Miles, these people practice voodoo.
Oh dear. Yeah, well, you heard it here first, guys. He admits it. Anyway, kind of going a bit in circles, and that's because when we played the bit, actually, we found a little bug. This thing is pointing to the right. It's supposed to point up the stairs. Version 1.1.
Oh, my video is a bit laggy.
Oh, that's right. You're not on the Parsec-y thing. You want to get on the Parsec-y thing?
Not really. I don't like Parsec. But I've seen this game so many times I probably know what you're talking about. The stairs up to the thing?
Yeah, the thing.
Oh, okay.
I've never seen so many.
Yeah, I guess I can fix it. I mean, technically, it's going
Fucked.
into
I suppose I
that
shouldn't be
sort of
surprised.
Yeah.
where he's gonna go up the stairs.
Yeah.
I can change it just because you asked nicely.
Oh man, oh that warms my fucking heart. Yeah, it's just that the game is so good so far that I mean I have to nitpick something.
Nice little cottage.
Yeah, that's
Looks like it would
fine.
make a nice cozy spot to retire. If I hadn't already retired
Thank you,
from
Lucy
life
Phonic, in
threats.
the chat. And Vocabre, the Hebrew on the wall outside of the
some
Martin
more
residence
powers,
says,
yes.
"You are a cat."
Oh, also,
Why?
here, Francisco, can you settle something for us?
What's that?
Is that in front of the mirror right there?
Oh,
Is that or is that not a little statuette of Tiberius from Shardlight?
oh yeah.
It is, as a
Yes!
matter of fact. It
I
is.
knew it.
In fact, there is a very well hidden Easter egg in this area that no one is ever going to find.
And you're not gonna tell us?
I'm not going to tell you how to do it. You got to find it yourself.
I think I'm just
There
gonna.
is a
I'm gonna click this
there
50
is
times.
There is an Easter egg that turns the statue into a talking doll, and I got Abe Goldfarb to record lines for it, and it's the funniest thing, and no one's ever gonna find it.
There's nothing
So
you.
suck on that,
damn.
players.
Nice potato.
Okay, I'm just gonna surreptitiously ask for a little hint. Is it something to do with click this number of objects in this certain order this many times kind of thing?
No, it's not. It's not a King's Quest 6 style Easter egg.
Okay, cool. That means it's a trigger thing. That means you have to do something that will turn it into the talking thing. Okay, I'm not gonna waste time doing it right
Probably,
now.
but don't waste time doing that. Just play this game.
Yeah. All right. I will do that. I will do that.
You already have a suspect you can accuse.
Well, the person in jail. Well, incidentally, we've been fucking up so far. So we got kicked out of.
Yeah, what have you? I didn't watch your entire first stream video because I was
Good.
hanging out with people.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to like.
Had a life and everything.
Well, it was Mittens. It was the AGS gathering. So how much of a life that
Got some
actually
huge
is
bags.
is up for debate. But yeah, so I don't actually know. I mean, I see that you obviously you just insulted Mrs. Martin, and so you you had all the evidence necessary to actually convict Albert Martin. So I'm sorry to say you can now no longer declare this case unsolvable if that's what you were going for.
Oh, so there's a way to completely fuck it up.
Yeah, there's a way to close off every single lead and declare the case unsolvable.
Wait, I don't think we've run into any big sort of a choice at any point other than do we piss off Voodoo Lady or not?
Well, I can tell you that if you had asked her for the tea and not looked behind her curtain and left the room while she was gone and come back, you would have missed your chance to look behind her curtain and therefore not been able to get that piece of evidence, and that would have locked off that lead. So that lead would have been closed off, and then you have two other leads you can pursue in this case.
Wow.
Which you can also cut off.
Excellent. I like that. It's very. You had a lot of global variables going on in this game, didn't you?
A few, yeah.
We do have one more question, one more argument to settle.
Sure.
These pills that we're supposed to get to the son downstairs.
Oh, Dr. Tennyson's vigor pills. Yeah.
Are they?
Let me guess. Is the question: are they Viagra or are they some sort of methamphetamine?
Yes. We've been using the phrase "dick pills."
Okay. Well, look in your casebook, if you will, at your clue of Dr. Tennyson's vigor pills.
An empty bottle.
Read me what it says there.
An empty bottle of pills designed to energize even the laziest of people, recommended for use by men only. Contains 98% whatever the fuck.
Well, if you Google whatever the fuck, it'll tell you what is actually in these pills.
It's
Viagra, isn't it?
Yeah, they're dick pills.
It's
They're absolutely dick pills. Okay, Gemini is Googling. No, is that Pickle Dog?
No, I'm not.
That's me.
I'll take your word for it.
Pickle Dog is Googling.
Someone in the chat got it. Vocabulary. That's coke. Yes.
Oh.
Benzoyl methylagonine. It's cocaine. So that's basically cocaine pills.
Dang.
Oh, okay.
Well, cocaine does make you very horny if you were to believe Mick Jagger.
Well, that's why the guy in the letter says that he needs them to study and to concentrate and everything. So.
And not to get distracted with his. Yeah. Okay. Playthings aside, let's go and accuse someone.
I was trying to bring a little bit of class back to the stream.
Too late.
The hell was I thinking?
So how do we actually accuse someone? We can accuse the doctor. No, we can accuse the. Well, it's said.
So yeah, usually the way it works is if you've gathered enough evidence, Bill will chime in and say, "Oh, so and so seems like they're the subject," and then you'll get a suspect added to your casebook. At which point you can go back to Upton and wrap up the case and accuse whoever's in your suspect list. So right now you should only have Albert Martin.
Yep, and I do. And I suppose the way to then accuse him is to go to the jail, which I'm at now, and tell the jailer that, yes, you racist son of a bitch, he in fact did it.
The way to accuse him is to report back to Upton and say, I'm wrapping up the case, and she'll say, who's your suspect? And then you tell her.
Oh. I was not told how to do that, but I would imagine that happens at my
residence. It should be in your objectives. It should say report back to Upton and tell her that Albert Martin's guilty.
Return to Upton and accuse Albert Martin. The game is flat out telling me. Also, this means that we didn't actually...
I listened to you, trolls. I listened to you when you played Shardlight, and you were like, I have no idea what I'm doing. I like games that tell you what the objectives are. So I was like, well, you know what, trolls? This is just for you. I didn't think just for you. I didn't do it out of spite. I figured it was better to have a detective game where you had, actual objectives.
That is actually... It's very nice of you to have. And also, I know from a coding standpoint, this is just a bitch to code in. You have to go and check all these variables to see what am I supposed to write in the notebook.
It actually wasn't so much a bitch to code as it was to figure out where the text wrapped, because when you remove objectives, it had to be case sensitive, and if it wasn't perfect, they wouldn't get removed. So that was
Oh yeah. No, because I coded in a hint system in an old AGS game that I did, and it had to go and also I'm a terrible coder, and it had to go in and check all of these variables. So by the time you got halfway through the game, I just decided to take away the hint line. It just up and disappears on you. It's just like, fuck it, I'm not doing this anymore.
That's fair.
Also,
Dorinda says you can't wait for the sequel, Dick Pill City. How did you know that was the sequel?
Dang, cat's out of the bag now, isn't it? One thing on the screen right now, of course, I made a joke in the previous stream that, of course, this is not Gabriel Knight. The character is not wearing a trench coat. He's not a detective, and we will not see an angel draped over a stone plinth. That was actually in reference to a screenshot that Francisco posted during development of an angel draped over a stone plinth, which is also something that's in Gabriel Knight.
Yes, but my angel draped over a stone plinth, I actually Googled. It's apparently a very common grave topper for people, because I've seen it in many tombs. Actually, let me see if I can find you the reference photo I used for the interior of the...
I would love to see...
Yeah, don't mind me.
I won't.
I'm here.
It's all...
Go about your business.
I will. I'm trying to figure out. It says go to Upton and accuse. So
she's in the coffee house.
Oh, is that?
I mean, you can still pursue the other leads in this case, assuming you haven't screwed them up.
I think I have, because no one else will talk to me.
Okay. Did you find Juliet's secret room?
I didn't know she had one. No, and she will not talk to me anymore.
Well, if you go back to, you have to find the clue in the mansion. If you search her, room.
I did have a look at. I think I had a look around at everything. You know what? Let's go and do that. You know.
Sometimes I've noticed from watching a couple of people play, there is one hotspot that's a little tricky to. There's a stack of papers on her desk, and most people go to the drawers first, and Miles stands in front of the stuff. So then you don't really notice that there's
the papers
there, which is pretty. It's kind of bad design, but I'm sorry.
I'm not. Not too bad. Dear Miss Montgomery, unfortunately I've been informed of a series of burglaries in the neighborhood near the room you're renting from me at 76 Forest Lane. As a precaution, I've gone ahead and changed the locks and drew this picture of a key on the letter for some reason. It is an actual key. Okay, never mind. Please find
a detailed picture.
That it is. I mean, she's an artist, much like our friend Mr. Gonzalez. Please find enclosed a copy of.
Suck up.
Yeah. Well, if you've been listening to Backseat Designers, you know that's kind of a running joke. Yeah. I hope this doesn't cost you too much of an inconvenience. It certainly does, Miss Crestfall. But
is renting a room in the chump.
Yeah, you don't want to know what the Google images or the Google searches I had to do while researching this game. It gets especially fun when I had to get to spontaneous combustion in case 3.
I've heard the jokes on Twitter about spontaneous combustion. They've thankfully been spoiler free so far. You know what? Shit. Now we've cornered the poor guy in jail, but I want to see if we can, like, really fuck this up. Like, actually go and accuse someone who we.
God, is this someone's?
I mean, obviously the dude in the jail didn't do it, but maybe we can accuse someone who actually has something to lose other than the love of a mother who hates us.
Getting extra credit.
So let's look at his experiment. Oh, I see. He's trying to build a portal to hell over here. That is one hell of a tube. I love the tubes.
They're just doing what flies do best.
Procreating. It just occurs to me that sounds really weird, sort of out of context for a person who's not watching this, live on Parsec. When I just shout out weird words.
I have an idea of what you're talking about.
I would imagine.
Etheric pressure. What a bunch of nonsense.
Oh yeah, this whole concept of etherism. That's not even how you say that.
Big weird button.
Ethericity?
Yeah, ethericity. That's a very interesting concept. I really hope it gets explained further.
For like 10 minutes, that was actually the game's title.
Ooh.
And then I realized that it wasn't enough to title a game about something that was just a sort of a background concept.
I mean, it's a very good title. It's completely... I mean, it is going to fuck up your Google results because no one can spell that.
No one can spell it.
Unavowed was hard enough.
Well, now, this is interesting.
Oh, it's interesting. Oh.
Dan Nastic just donated 20... whatever SEK is.
Oh, that's Swedish Kona. Thank you, Dan. Yes, I did hear the sound effect, and then I got distracted by all the flies fucking. Thank you so much, Dan.
That sounds about right.
Oh, plants thrive from exposure to small etheric currents. Further experiments are needed to determine the long-term effects. On flies, brain is clearly affected, inducing a trance-like state. They stop fucking for about a millisecond. Muscle controls... Something else just happened. I think someone subscribed. No, cheered. Thank you, Sakul. Thank you. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Sakul. And I apologize for not understanding how Twitch and YouTube works, because Dan donated on YouTube, no less. Muscle controls lost, wings flap in predictable pattern, dick remains hard. Conclusion.
Flies have dicks?
How do you think they procreate?
I don't know.
I've once swatted 2 flies that were resting.
Bossies?
Well, that's fly oral sex, isn't it?
I guess.
I once swatted 2 flies that were sitting on my computer monitor. They were attached to each other. The fly on top died. The fly on the bottom didn't.
Oh God!
That was that hurt a little bit on them mostly. Conclusion: if animals with greater cognitive ability, including but not limited to humans, perhaps including humans, are exposed to specific quantities of my God, that is hard.
Ethericity.
Hashtag second language. They will go.
It's fine. Most of the voice actors couldn't pronounce it either. Don't even get me started on Chumley.
Oh my God, we were having such fun with that. We decided that the correct pronunciation for that is actually just ph.
I see. You can thank Mr. Cecil for that. That's because of a joke in Broken Sword 3.
I haven't actually played all the way through Broken Sword 3. I played it on my...
It's right at the beginning. Right at the beginning. Remember, like, when he goes into the cave and he sees that professor guy and he gets killed by the bad guys?
No, it was very long ago and I was smoking a lot of weed at the time.
Okay. Well, yeah, there's a professor named Professor Chumley, and everyone calls him Professor Cholmondeley. And so George Stobart's like, oh, Professor Cholmondeley, Professor Cholmondeley. And then, like, halfway through the game, someone's like, that's not how you pronounce it. It's pronounced Chumley. And he's like, well, that's stupid. And I thought, that's funny. I'm going to use that someday. And then I did.
That's actually pretty cool. And yes, that actually does ring a small bell. Yeah, but I played it on my PS2, and it was weird. And then
so if I get to meet Charles Cecil at Adventure X this year, I'm going to say, thank you for the inspiration, Mr. Cecil. Now go back to the sewer.
Technical nonsense. Can't understand a word of it.
For those of you not in the know, he is a crocodile.
Those are the most vibrant flies.
Anyway.
Yes, this.
It's a good.
My God, the voice in my head does not shut up.
Collection. It almost puts Adelaide's to
the
shame.
actual one, or you mean Bill?
Catalog.
Well, both.
Which makes the two missing volumes stand out.
I do like how verbose this game is. Actually, I know that one of Dave Gilbert's credos is, trim the fat away. Just have, if possible, just single word answers to everything. But I like how this is a little more verbose. It's not The Longest Journey verbose, which is very much tipping over to the wrong scale of things. This is just right for me.
Well, I will proudly say that this game has about 6,000 fewer lines of dialogue than Unavowed does. So,
really, but they're longer.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe.
I see more punctuation in your game than I did in Unavowed.
Okay, fair enough.
Hello again.
Just as a cautionary...
Mind answering a few more questions?
Whatever. I'm still in the middle of playing Unavowed.
Okay, I'm not going to spoil anything. Just want to see what the chat is. Chris Klinowicz, sorry for butchering your name there, biology major here. Depends on the species of fly, but most of them, like many other insects, crack the female's carapace with their weird fly junk and fertilize the eggs directly. Ow!
That's delightful.
I am gonna need to have some water here for that one.
Procreation is not pretty in the insect world.
It is not, no.
Hi, honey, I love you. I'm just gonna tear your skin open.
Oh, you do love me, squirt, squirt.
Do you know anything about ethericity, Miss Montgomery?
Yes, actually, do elucidate on the ethericity,
I had
Miss
no idea
Montgomery.
someone of your profession would know or care about something like
Oh,
that.
7 million people have already been talking about it.
To be open-minded.
To answer your question, yes, I am familiar with the theory of ethericity. In fact, it's recently become a focus of my studies. Despite what the newspapers have been reporting, it's already possible to access it.
Incidentally, if you didn't catch that, ethericity apparently puts human beings in catatonic states, so whoop!
I don't have the means to do anything practical, I'm afraid.
It was in her notes. I forgot to read it aloud.
Her trousers are alight. I can't understand why Juliet might not want to make her research public, though.
She totally did it. I think, actually, you know what? I think the game is expecting us to, and you can stay quiet for this one, Mr. Gonzalez. I think the game is expecting us to discover that Juliet, in fact, put her mom in a catatonic state, and Bob's your uncle, which is why I want to accuse Martin. Just flat out get it.
Well, I mean,
fucking wrong.
That's certainly one of the potential leads.
Yeah,
but it's up to you as a detective, if you're thorough, to either say, yeah, Juliet did do it. I'm going to accuse the wrong guy. Or you could be like, oh, well, maybe Juliet did it. Maybe there's something else. And then when you're presented with all the options, you could be like, oh, gee, now I have to figure out based on the evidence I've collected.
But I can't
Which
get
one
any.
of these is the true?
Yeah, but I mean, there's also the option that the doctor did it for the money and then fucked it up somehow, and now she's sitting upright, and he's just going, "My God, this is gonna take forever for the woman to die." But I don't know. And I think we've locked off getting dick pills for her brother, so I'm still calling them dick pills. I think so.
I found a spare
Well, to get the
enclosed in
pills,
letter
you have to get
from the
inside the
landlady.
tomb,
You
and
went through
there's
my room?
really
Through my
no way
private
to
things?
screw up
How
getting
dare
inside
you?
the tomb.
Part of my job, Miss Montgomery.
Oh wait, so we can
You
see
just have
the
to figure
angel.
out the
No,
obstacle.
Mr.
Oh yeah, you
Fordham,
can totally
I
see
don't
the
think
angel.
I will. You
Yeah.
had no right to go through my private documents.
I totally.
I think
And
we
I'm
have
not
closed this
legally
path.
obligated to tell
I
you.
think I'm about to
So
close this.
kindly
I kind of sort of did that
before I
on
decide to
a
press
whim,
charges against
really.
you for unlawful
Did you
entry.
tell her? I haven't
Ooh,
caught up
touchy,
yet.
isn't she? Although it's generally not a good idea to tell people you went through their things.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you have to.
If you
No more
flat out
questions?
admit that you went through her
if you
stuff,
don't
she gets
mind,
pissed
I have
off
work
at
to
you,
do.
and yeah, you can't accuse her anymore. Sorry.
You can't accuse her. Okay.
Nope.
Well, that's fine.
Well,
Now that lead is cut off, but you can still accuse Albert Martin, and you can still accuse the other person that you haven't found yet.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so let's think this through. Gemini, how do you think we will get into the tomb? How do you think we get rid of the guard? Actually, you know what? We have an in with the
coffee.
Oh yeah, he was thirsty, wasn't he?
I don't know.
I mean, he's been standing out in the
don't
cold all
remember.
day. This giant coffee machine.
All
Bring me
that
coffee.
metal and
Okay. Well, we do have an in with the police, don't we? Constance Upton might be able to tell him to fuck off.
Can we
No,
talk?
fair point.
Go on.
Oh, just an update from the chat. Vocabulary says, "Do not search Google for duck penis." I can concur. And we have now devolved into talking about echidna penises.
What the hell is going on in my chat? I'm I'm fascinated, honestly.
How are things going with you?
Work is hectic as usual, and I'm spending my day off.
Oh, and Dorindy wants to see a movie where Flash slowly turns into Jeff Goldblum.
Maybe this is the best place.
That would actually be an awesome movie.
Truly sorry about that.
Don't be ridiculous. If it hadn't been for you, I'd still be chained to that philandering bastard. It has
Oh, I like her
much
sass.
better off this way. Trust me. Anyway, work gives me something to focus on. I'm sure you can relate to that.
Yes, and I'm grateful to you for getting me these case leads. I know you're taking a risk to do it.
I kind of blanked on this the previous
How about
episode.
you?
Upton
How's Adelaide?
is
She's fine.
still working with the police, right?
Between us,
She's sort of the
could be improved.
Yes,
commissioner.
She's the secretary.
Less said about
Oh,
it,
okay.
The police secretary. She's the one that receives
I'm
all the
sorry to hear
crime
that.
reports.
You can talk to
Oh,
me about
right.
it if you
And
need to.
so she just funnels some
Probably
cases
not the
to
best
us so we
person
can
to
solve
have
them so
relationship
the
advice.
police don't have to get off their asses. Yes.
That's it.
Well, it's more that she gives Miles the cases that she thinks that he can handle, that the police won't really notice that he's taking, because she knows that he will pretty much go nuts if he doesn't keep working. Maybe she doesn't know that he'll go nuts because Bill is talking to him, because she doesn't know that, but she wants to. She feels bad for him.
Not bad for them. Bad for him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that was
He's
terrible.
up to no good. He's can't feel bad for him. Yeah, but the sort of little backstory there that kind of comes across in the dialogue is that Miles sort of found out that her husband was cheating on her, and she owes him. She feels she owes him for that. So that's why she helps him too.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. That's good. That means that I wasn't completely off, but I missed a lot of details. Cool.
Well, no.
As it always happens. Okay, so getting into the cemetery. Pickle Dog, any ideas?
I got nothing.
No, he doesn't really say what he needs. He just sort of stands there, and I get the sense that it's either a distraction puzzle, except there are no hotspots to distract him with, or we get someone with authority to tell him to piss off.
So generally speaking, Upton, in addition to being Miles's case giver, is also kind of the hint system. So if you're ever stuck on any particular details, you can usually review the case with her, and the more questionable things will be available usually.
Oh, okay. See.
So when in doubt, talk to Upton.
All right. See, that would be a nightmare from a coding standpoint. That was pretty much how my hint line system worked. That's a lot of if, else, then statements.
I wanted to go over the
Okay.
Cemetery officer, there we go. Thank you.
roadblock. There's an officer posted at Dupre's family tomb, and he won't let me in.
Makes sense. Who's the officer?
I've never seen him before. He's young, has a small scar over his left eye, and a distinct Dixie accent.
Ah, yes. That would be Officer Grant.
Give me
He's only been in
hints,
the department for about 2
woman.
months. I don't know a lot about him, but he's already got the reputation for being the type of policeman who'd go out of his way to help old ladies cross the street.
Oh, he's a
And
do-gooder.
it seems, perhaps you can use that to your advantage?
Yes, I probably could. I'm going to go and do that now. Combo number 8 in the chat asks, are you going to play Spider-Man?
Okay.
Yeah, because that's totally an adventure game I was looking forward to. It's right up my alley. No, I am not going to be playing Spider-Man.
He's new here, isn't he?
I don't know. Actually, Combo's been joining us for a lot of streams, but anyway, I did actually. It's ironic you should ask because I was just watching someone play Spider-Man last night on their YouTube channel, and it does look amazing. I will grant you that. It also looks like a game I would get frustrated with in a big hurry. I don't do Twitch games very well, not as in Twitch.tv, as in Twitch games. You know what I mean?
Twitch reflexes.
Yeah, that kind of thing. No, don't do that at all.
Comment number 8 says he helps old ladies off the street and into his bedroom.
Jesus! Oh, it's even a PlayStation 4
Can we
exclusive.
go back to talking about echidna penises?
Yes, all this talk about Spider-Man is. Oh, you mean the old ladies?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So we. Okay. Lady in distress.
Yeah. People in the chat managed to determine why Knuckles is red.
Excellent. No, it was not Game Grumps combo. It was actually Jacksepticeye. Jesus, I want to figure this out, but there's... can we convince our... I was going to say, could we convince our wife to come and play a damsel in distress kind of thing so he could help her do something? But then I remembered the color of her skin, and he's southern, so he's going to be very racist, and that is not going to work.
Fair
I'm
point.
going to try anyway. I just remembered we have a person from Louisiana in the
Always nice
chat.
to
But
see you walk through that door.
never mind. Hello, darling.
Addie?
Yes, dear?
It's interesting you're the first person who's made that connection pre-trying it. Or who's made
Fuck me! You can
pre-trying it.
you can actually do it. Oh, I was just kidding. Okay, fine. I'm gonna fucking do it, and it's gonna end in tears and tragedy.
I was wondering if you could do me a favor.
What is it?
There's an officer posted in front of Madame Dupre's family tomb. And I
Now we're on to spider penises. What the fuck is wrong with you people?
My wiles and charm,
Well, you are irresistible, darling.
No
I'm
one's
sure
gonna
you
watch the
wouldn't
VOD of
tell
this.
me later. Say you got lost in the
Maybe some people are.
I'll show you the way out.
Jeff Goldblum is.
Tricking a police officer like that?
There's no harm in it, and I won't be but a moment inside. It's in a good cause.
All right, let's go then.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Tears. Tears. Yes.
Excuse me, officer. I was wondering if you
Oh,
could
this
help
chat
me.
is fantastic.
Yes.
You want.
Spider-Man killed his wife with his radioactive spunk in one of the... This has nothing to do with steampunk.
Front gate?
My suggestion would be to turn around.
Now, if you can-
and head back
Got
where
everything
you
to do
came.
with
Yes, I've
Green
tried that,
spunk.
but I seem to just be going in circles.
Yes.
Perhaps you could
Now,
point
if
me
you
in the
can
right
start talking about a steampunk
Stop right
powered vibrator, then we're getting somewhere.
Beg your pardon?
Although that
I
sounds
can't tell
like
what
something
your
that could
game
actually
is.
hurt a lot.
You're trying to
Trolls,
lure
are you
me
gonna be
away from
around
here
after
into
this
some alley
stream?
where your gang of
Oh,
I have a
sentinels
couple
is
of
gonna
things I
rob
can tell
me
you.
blind.
Don't tell me you invented one
You
already.
got line
No,
and
no,
wait for
no,
poor
no, no, no.
unsuspecting fools you bring them.
Just one.
There you go.
And he doesn't
Marv.
appreciate you talking to his wife that way.
Nice animation.
Forget how absolutely delightful it is to
That was a
watch you
fun one
lose
to
your
model
head.
for.
Miles.
So, did you punch your girlfriend for that one, or
sorry.
like in the
No,
mocap?
People whose
I was
mouths are
both
full of
puncher
rubbish.
and punchy
Let's
in
just
two
get him out of
separate
sight before this
things,
lands
so I had
both
to make
of
sure
us
they
in
lined up
jail.
right.
That'll show
So
the
you
good work.
basically broke the fourth dimension and traveled back in time so you could punch yourself.
Assaulting a policeman
Sure, we'll
to
go
be
with
on
that.
today.
Never say Francisco doesn't suffer for his art.
When you're on the force as long as I was, you can pretty much get away with murder.
Although I think you may have already used up that privilege.
Excuse me, I just shot you in the stomach, but hey, it was for a good cause.
My appointment with Mrs. Lefebvre. I'll see you at home later, dear. Try to stay out of trouble.
Oh no, I'm gonna follow you around, see how many people I can punch. There it is. Requiescat in pace, or whatever. How do you? It's Latin. I can
close enough.
I can pronounce it any way I want. It's a dead language.
These crypts are reserved for future generations of Chestertons to rot it.
There are only
That don't matter. You pronounce English any way you want.
And frequently do. Open crypt. I will crawl in here and take a nap.
Madame Dupre's final resting place.
I don't see anything inside.
Well, no, she's not fucking dead yet.
A note from her attacker?
No, but I was hoping for some kind of clue at the very least.
Oh wait,
Lucy
I like
Phonic
Bill
asks,
Crossing.
is there a Wilhelm scream in this? And there is not a Wilhelm scream in this.
There is a Francisco scream in this.
There is.
I
There's
would
no
imagine.
Troll's scream in this one, unfortunately.
No. I played a drunkard in one of the... Or at least I was asked to play a drunkard in a trailer. I don't know if that trailer actually made it out.
No, you're in the I don't remember if you're in the title screen or if you're in the the ambient sound that plays in Chumley. So like outside the flower shop and a couple of other locations.
Yeah, maybe
You're in there in the mix somewhere.
Oh, the first screen outside the flower shop where these, the drunks are stumbling around. What the? Okay.
That was my Wilhelm scream.
Did you just do that? Or
I have it on an app.
Oh, okay. Oh, thank God. Because I thought you were just sitting there in your apartment in New York and all of a sudden,
No.
freaking the neighbors out.
Francisco got murdered. Oh well.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Oh well, at least I finished the game.
Also, Vocabra points out that yes, I did play a game that had sex or steam-powered fun toys.
What?
Yes. And I'm going
What's the name of this game?
Lust for Darkness.
Ooh.
And I played the demo. Yeah, I played the demo of it, and I'm actually gonna pick. I wanted to pick it up and play the full game, which has been in my possession for a long time. Actually, I wanted to play it on this stream. Could be fun. It's basically a Lovecraftian nightmare with a lot of vagina statues and steam-powered sex toys. A lot of masks too. Oh, I forgot to look at the fucking angel. I've been talking about this angel for months now. It feels like.
I'm rather surprised no one has defaced it.
Watch, Lust for Darkness is full of penises, and no one in the chat is going to say anything about penises.
Oh, now they shut up about penises
here.
Oh, wait a minute. This crack in I keep going in and out of this fucking tube. This crack in the wall, is that anything?
That nest is full of eggs. But where's the mother bird?
Perhaps she abandoned it.
Always
like all mothers do.
Lucy Phonic says, how would Cedric scream?
Oh, shit. Okay, I don't think... Oh, wait, I can poke the angel now. Always click twice.
Hidden compartment with a
stash of pills.
Mr. Montgomery has a little business on the side.
Give me the dick pills, hooray, hooray, hooray. Give me the dick pills, I want the
Can we take that out of context, please?
You, sir, can take that any way you like.
I think that's an addition. It's too bad BSD's going on hiatus, because that would be a great soundboard entry.
They will remember it, much like a Telltale game. Oh,
oh wait, no.
No, not like a Telltale game.
I have some questions for you. Oh, goody.
This is a good voice. Abe did a good job with this dude. Oh, I'm just gonna ask him about Sister Ipu, because he made some very suggestive statements in the last episode, if I recall.
What can you tell me about your sister, Juliet?
Or was that just us inferring weird shit?
Quote, Mr. Fordham. Parting
Probably.
is
That
such
might have been just
sweet
you.
sorrow. Let us part on good terms.
Oh, wait, it's the King Daventry family. They're the incestuous ones. Yeah, I remember. They totally are. There's that line in King's Quest 2. My god. Is it 2 or 3? It's in 3, actually.
Which one?
3. Alexander and what's-her-face, Rosella. Apparently, at some points, you rescue Rosella from a dragon, and then you can look at her, and there's a very suggestive response comes out of it. Yeah, Google it if you must.
You'll never believe
Yeah,
what I
something
found
about
in
like
the
her
family's
body or
tomb.
something, and then it's like,
Oh.
oh, she's your
Was it a
sister, so
ghost?
you stop thinking about these things.
Oh,
And then it's like,
oh,
oh, she's
was
your
it a
sister, so
ghost?
you stop thinking about these things.
No, it was.
I
these
bet Al
liver
Lowe
pills.
wrote that.
You wouldn't
Probably
happen to know
did,
how
yeah.
they got there, would you?
I see you really are good at your job, aren't you, Mr. Fordham?
Tee huddle ha.
For games.
Oh, we get to choose now. Now I know that these dialogue trees are, in fact, the how bad do you want to fuck up trees. So, Pickle Dog and Gemini.
It's not quite as black and white as that.
Well,
It's
no.
just, sometimes being a dick will get you what you want. Sometimes it won't. You kind of have to figure out.
I'll try. Okay, so we found his dick pills in an angel statue in his family tomb. I guess we are inferring that he's smuggling them? Wasn't paying attention. Anyway, what you're doing is highly illegal. I have no choice but to report you to the police, or I'm willing to overlook your unlawful activities in exchange for your cooperation, or just shut the fuck up and take one of these pills.
That sounds good.
And the last one?
I'm with number 3.
Yeah, just hand him the drugs. Yeah, here we go.
Just be quiet and take one of these pills.
I suppose one would help. Thank you.
No, was Abe drunk when he did this?
Goodness, I always
No.
forget how fast those pills work. My heart is racing. You said you had questions, didn't you? Well, go on, ask them already. You mustn't waste any more time.
Wow, that seems to have done the trick.
Yeah, it did.
Just hope we haven't doomed him to a heart attack.
I don't know. Let's give him some more, see what happens. Parrots. Yes. No, wait. Ask about the pill business, because I wasn't paying attention. I want to clear this up.
So, you're running some kind of pill business on the side.
I'm providing a service, Mr. Fordham. Not everyone in this life is as lucky as I am. People pay top crown for luxuries like airship tickets and social club memberships. Medicine?
Oh,
should be
Dan in the chat asks, Francisco, did you base the looks of the protagonist on
formula,
yourself?
and thus a
No, I did
monopoly
not.
on the market. That means he
I
can charge
used
whatever he wants. Students
I
use
used
these
Neil
kinds of pills all
Gaiman for
time,
the
you know.
eyes. I
Academic
used
rigors
a
can be
professor
overwhelming,
from Parsons New
concentrating
School
can be
for the
difficult without help
general
sometimes.
head shape, and I
I've got
used
the
someone
skills
else.
and the
I forget
equipment.
it for the
If
mouth.
I can replicate
But everybody
the
seems to think it
formula,
looks like
help my
either me
fellow
or Jacob
students and sell them at a much more
Janerka.
reasonable price.
It's
Why
because
shouldn't
we
I?
guys with like
There's the fact that
thick
what you're doing is
eyebrows, just
illegal.
everyone thinks we all
You're
look the
starting
same.
to sound just like mother.
Discrimination.
And just because it's illegal doesn't mean
And
it's
I would
wrong.
assume the wardrobe is
Plenty
based
examples.
on. Oh, I'm trying to think. He
Probably the
has
most
a
altruistic
he has a
person
long
I've met
coat. He solves mysteries. Guybrush Threepwood. That's the one.
Did you look at the wardrobe in his room?
I did not. I'm going to go and do that.
Okay.
Okay. Let's just clue this guy in as a potential. I mean, he's sells drugs to college students, so maybe his sister's in on it. Let's check.
What can you tell me about your sister, Juliet?
Juliet, smart as a whip and just as forgiving.
Just as
She's a
forgiving.
fighter, that
Mhm.
one. Despite being the only woman in her class, she's managed to rank at the top.
Impressive.
I only wish Mother was more accepting of Juliet going to university. But you don't want to hear about boring family matters, I'm sure.
Oh,
Yeah, I hate that show.
Those are my favorite.
Yeah.
It's reassuring to know how much worse off everyone else is.
Oh. Well, what about the parrot? Is the parrot a potential suspect? I want to know this.
It's a
There we
rather
go.
exotic bird you've got.
Yes, Ray is nice when he's quiet.
Oh, we can get the parrot started.
Who trained
You
him?
can spill some
I
beans.
think he already knew some phrases. When
Oh, then they'll just tell me to clean them up. I don't want to do that. I wonder if we feed the parrot dick pills. That's gonna pep him up, isn't it?
There was nothing in this game that cannot be solved with
Then
dick
he's gonna
pills.
Starship Titanic.
Anyone would be
Oh god, it's gonna turn into fucking Terry Jones.
bastard Martin did to her. Mother is kind and generous, and everyone loves her. She's even good enough to hire actual people to do the housework. Not many wealthy families do that, you know. They just use automated machines or hire servants to operate the manual ones.
Yes, we enslave actual people around this household.
What exactly were the circumstances leading up to your mother's supposed death?
A few days ago, I arrived home from school and found her collapsed on
Oh,
the
you
floor.
found
She
her,
wasn't
did
breathing, So I
you? Mm-hmm.
immediately contacted Dr. Fellows. He examined her and pronounced her dead.
Then pronounced himself
Shocked, I was
stupidly
dead.
drunk.
She'd been in fine health. In fact, she'd just been out riding that morning. You can imagine our surprise at the funeral when she sprang back to life.
I don't think he was very surprised indeed, was he? But my god, one thing I must commend you on, good artist Sir Gonzalez, is the fabulous fucking mutton chops on this dude. Holy sheez. And also, he's got a jaw like a chimpanzee. This is...
I got to draw a lot of fun facial hair in this game.
I mean, when are those coming back? Are we gonna see you at Adventure X sporting the fattest motherfucking mutton chops in this side of the galaxy?
No, but you might see me with Miles' hair.
Oh, cool. with the gray and everything? Because this game has taken years off your life?
Pretty much.
Oh god, I'm sorry to hear that.
That's okay.
Did the servants kill...
What's your
supposedly...
relationship with the servants like?
Oh, what's his relationship with the servants like?
Relationship? I don't have one with them. They're servants. Mother always made it clear that they weren't part of the family, just help.
This guy has extra teeth, doesn't he?
Now, though,
He
the
just
kitchen girl
he has
and
this
gardener.
gigantic mouth.
How is it you know Albert Martin?
He works at the greenhouse where my sister Juliet does her research. The two of them were involved romantically, and Mother didn't like that at all. I heard their fights. They were ghastly.
Oh, just
He
ghastly.
was the one responsible for what happened to your mother.
Well, I mean, it's obvious, isn't it? His mother's a notorious voodoo witch. Those people do all sorts of awful things to our kind. It's all
Ow.
you know. He knew Mother disapproved of his relationship with Juliet, so he plotted to get rid of her.
Okay, I'm just gonna stop talking to you, weirdo. Okay, we gotta get the parrot going. Let's mess with the parrot. Who's a pretty bird?
Who's a pretty bird?
I'm certainly not you, isn't you, bastard?
Polly, want a cracker?
No, thank you.
I'll give you a cracker originally, I tell you.
Francisco, did you voice the parrot yourself?
I did voice the parrot myself. Well done.
I fucking knew it.
Pieces of 8?
Bye, matey.
Who's a pretty bird?
Is this the first LucasArts style chat interface in the game?
The first LucasArts style interface?
No, there's been a few.
Yeah.
Been a
Oh,
few
there have
where
been
the
others,
dialogue
okay.
appears at the bottom.
At the bottom, yeah.
Sometimes. However, I think there was a... I guess it's not a Monkey Island reference to just go pieces of 8, but that is the first place my mind went.
So long.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so it said Ray is a pretty bird. And I guess the parrot is named Ray, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck me.
Polly, want...
No.
Okay,
Pieces of 8.
Lucy Phonic, I did not voice. Yep. If you mean that guy, Andrew, no, that was Abe Goldfarb. Ooh, a lot of people have told me that they thought that I voiced Joey in Blackwell, which I think is strange. I don't think I sound like him very much.
I can sort of see the resemblance.
Maybe, but
voice-wise.
I don't know.
But
I mean, Abe's a great actor, so I mean, I'll take the compliment if people confuse me, but I don't.
You mean
acting chops?
You mean he's a great Francisco Gonzalez impersonator?
No.
But Francisco is in fact an unavowed, reprising some of his defining roles.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna have fun pointing those out when we get. Actually, they were very good. You did a very good acting job. That sounded sarcastic. It wasn't.
Well, I mean, to be fair, like, there's not a whole lot of depth to the characters, so I pretty much just have to sound like snarky cop for both of them.
Dan says, Francisco, you're very talented. Credit where the credit is due.
Oh.
Color me impressed that this game came from a one-man army. I bow and tip my hat. Don't do that. You're gonna break your hat.
Well, thank you. That's very kind. I appreciate it. I'm glad that you enjoy it. If anyone hasn't enjoyed this game, you can feel free to go buy it on Steam, GOG, or Humble. It's available for Mac, Windows, and Linux for a low price of $14.99. I'm also waving my arms around while I say this.
I was sort of waving my arm over the mute button, but that's okay. We're all friends here. Now, yeah, seriously.
There will be no self-promotion in this audio channel. I mean, you don't hear me talking about the fact that I've got a Patreon, which has only a $1 a month tier, and
Pickle Dog, what do you have in your life?
Yeah, man, I gotta go on this Patreon thing.
Well, to be fair, the links for buying this game is also in the description of the very video you're watching right now. My God, that was a strange sentence to go through for hashtag second language. It's all the V sounds. The V sounds are the really hard ones in Danish. Anyway, did we hit a brick wall here? I think we did. We talked to the dude. We're supposed to get the parrot sort of talking.
Are we?
Yeah, because all he says is raise a pretty bird, and I would like a piece of 8. And
I think you might have jumped to conclusions there.
Really?
I don't know.
Because the parrot didn't tell me squat.
The parrot, can we?
No, but I want to. Also, Abe said, I forget his real name. Abe said that if the parrot gets going, then it spills all sorts of mischievous nonsense, and I really wanted to do so. And apparently, he won't give it dick pills, so I'm out of options. Juliet, what can you tell me about the parrot? Okay, nothing. Thank you.
Did you ask Andrew about himself? Or did you leave the conversation?
I did.
Yeah, you didn't ask him about himself.
I did not.
Yeah. Well, if you ask him about himself, he'll give you another clue you can follow.
There we go. Red Star in the chat also says, the parrot does talk more. Good.
Okay. Questions for you.
Yeah. Do you do anything other than sit in couches all day, good sir?
How do you typically spend your days, Mr. Montgomery? What are your interests?
I study pharmacology at the
Oh, he studies pharmacology, does he?
Next year, if all goes well. I just hope Mother has recovered enough by then to understand what's going on.
I graduate next year. I hope Mother recovers in time to pay for my to see me walk up and receive my diploma. Okay, I missed the last bit. Who's Jean?
I take it John is your stepfather.
John, stepfather.
He is.
If not, just kill her and take the insurance
5
money.
years after my father died of consumption.
My condolences. Do you have a good
Died of
relationship with him?
consumption? Does that mean someone ate him?
Truth is, I hardly ever see him. In fact, before the funeral, I hadn't seen him at all this month.
Where is he now?
I don't know for certain, but it seems likely he's at his hunting cabin.
Ooh, hunting cabin!
Hunting cabin.
This is going to turn into Gabriel Knight 2 now!
It's his way of leaving society behind.
No, it's not. I hate that game.
Considering what Mother just went through. Well, I would
There was a
guess
hunting
that's
cabin
where
in
he's
Tex
going.
Murphy, wasn't there?
Well, to be
There
honest,
was,
I don't know
yeah,
why he's
briefly.
There we go.
with
In the
Mother
Pandora
in
Directive.
time of need.
Why do people run away from their problems instead
There's a
of
hunting
facing them?
cabin like there is
Why,
in Lamplight
Miles?
City.
Do you know where this cabin is?
Afraid
Who placed that?
I don't share
Yeah.
that passion,
Idiots,
so
that's who.
very much to accompany
I'm
him.
raising my hand. You guys can't see that, but... Okay.
His consumption is an
Thanks
old
for your
term
time.
for tuberculosis.
My pleasure.
Well, thanks for ruining my joke. It wasn't that funny to begin with. It's okay. Oh, wait, parrot. I know we can probably go to the hunting cabin now, but I just want to see if the parrot has anything else to add to this.
Holly want a cracker?
No, thank you.
You just want to hear my parrot voice.
I do.
Admit it.
So help me, I do. Ooh, Dorinda says, can't wait for the FMV live-action Lamplight City 2. Oh. He could probably even get, what's-his-face, the self-help book guy to act as Miles.
What self-help book guy?
The guy who played Gabriel Knight in Gabriel Knight 2.
Oh.
He ended up writing self-help books. He's on Facebook. It's very nice.
Oh.
I mean, I'm not gonna read his fucking books or anything, but okay. No.
Would I play the parrot too? Yes, I would.
You would actually dress up as a parrot for the FMV. Like, a very giant parrot.
I would.
I didn't get a new location. I'm gonna have to go back and ask him again.
No, he said that he has a hunting cabin, but that he doesn't know where it is because he doesn't share his enthusiasms.
Oh, so either the family doctor or Juliet maybe do.
Doctor?
Yes, the doctor does. Of course, he goes hunting with his doctor.
Tell me what you know about Jean Dupre.
Now, motherfucker!
Not speak of him. Madame Dupre does not need to be agitated any further.
Well, put your hands over her ears.
Favorably upon him, then.
I'll just say.
Also, she's catatonic. How can you tell if she's upset or not?
For dead. You can be sure I wouldn't leave her side.
What a gentleman. He doesn't even leave
Dear,
women.
dear gentlemen, I need to drop out.
I see what you mean.
Oh.
You know where I might find him.
Very nice to see you this evening, Mr. Dog.
Those are all the questions I've got for now.
Yeah, it was.
I hope I answered
it was
them
fun joining you guys.
Yes,
I will
thank
see you
you.
around.
Take care, man.
Take care.
Thank you. Bye.
Later.
What did I learn? I'm not paying any fucking attention to this game. I really should. I'm gonna play this again on my own time and actually pay attention. I think I'm gonna play this with my wife because we had fun playing Unavowed, and I want to play Unavowed on the stream now. So I'm doing this in the reverse order. I'm playing this on the stream first, and then I'm gonna go play it with my wife and actually pay attention to it, which seems
like a good plan.
Yeah. Juliet, Hunting Lodge, anything you want to tell me?
Hello again, Miss.
Hello.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You do.
Is there anything you can tell me about your stepfather, Jean?
He's a kind man. I don't really see him too often.
The
He seemed
echidna's
rather
penis.
upset
A
at
landlord
her
factory.
I wonder if he feels the same way as I do about her death.
Lamplight City Mysteries
Just
was
that I get the
almost
distinct
another
impression that
possible
he and
title
Mother's
for this
marriage
game.
isn't as perfect as they'd like it to appear.
I'm starting to.
It's actually not bad. You know, it has sort of an anthology.
Enjoys hunting.
Yeah,
cabin is.
but
Yes,
it didn't
it's in
really
Fenton
fit right.
Swamp. I went out there with him a few times.
In case
but
you
I
were
didn't
wondering,
really
I had a
enjoy
hell of a time coming up with a title for this game.
And then you just went, there are lamps. They make lights. It's a city. Yeah, that'll do.
Plants are much nicer
Pretty
to
much.
have around. Anyway, if you take the
I mean, it wouldn't really work as the wacky capers of Miles Fordham and his dead partner.
northeast.
Yeah,
Until you see a small cabin on the
there was
left.
also
That's
the
it.
Fordham Files was also another one I was considering. But that just was really, really cheesy.
No more questions for now.
Then if you don't
Fordham Files. I like that. It's almost like the Feeble Files, but somehow even worse.
Yeah.
Still only have one suspect. And this tells me nothing. Speak to Jean Dupre. That is what we want to do. Yes. Off we scoot.
Is that woman meant to be a female version of Francisco?
Why
no.
do they think everyone in this game is you?
I don't know.
It's a one-man job. The artist puts so much of himself into his art.
Is anyone here?
The artist is apparently a terrible narcissist.
It means he'll be returning.
I mean, it's not wrong, but God, that's a bit extreme. I think.
Well, we just
so that just means in the FMV version, it'd just be me playing all the characters. I'm just gonna.
Oh, that'd be
put
cool.
all of the.
That'd be great. Like,
It would save you on actor costs.
Yeah, just blue screen the fuck.
I'm Juliet.
Hi,
I'm an old lady.
and then hi, I'm the dude in the couch.
Right.
Did you consider Blimp City? I was making some jokes about the blimp being completely stationary on the first on the title screen of the game. I was making some jokes about that, how it was tethered to one of the buildings or something.
Yeah, that's tricky because the blimp is so far away and it's such a low resolution. I thought about having it like bob up and down, but I thought that would be a little. It would have to be like really, really subtle, like sub-pixel animation. Otherwise, it would just look like it's going because like if you look at a blimp in the sky normally, it just kind of hangs there. You know, it doesn't really move very much.
Would imagine it moves somewhere, but then again, it would be
Yeah.
due to the perspective.
But I mean,
it would
it's
be moving away.
Yeah, if it's just stationary there, I don't know. It just never really looked right. I tried, but it never really looked right, so I just decided to leave it
Let's see
standing
if
still.
Jean has anything interesting in here.
It's better too. It had better jokes to go along with it. Dear Jean, whatever the fuck your name is, thank you so much for your help. To think that Mother would try to have me withdrawn from my studies. Is just this is very hard to read. It's just
I'm sorry.
It's just unbelievable. Don't worry, I won't tell her you made the university change their minds. One attempt to ruin a life is quite enough. Juliet. Wait, what?
Will you play the blimp in the FMV version?
I mean, with the way that things are going, the fact that this game has made me gain about 20 extra pounds, I might just.
Oh, jeez. It really has taken years off your life, hasn't it?
It really has. No, I'm really looking forward to tomorrow because tomorrow's going to be like the first Monday where I wake up and I don't actually have anything to do. So I'm like going to try and get my life back on track.
Ah, so that's why you've joined the stream now. The honeymoon is over. It's now time to return to the doldrum of life.
Pretty much.
One of the guns is
Wait,
missing.
no, on the quite the opposite. The doldrum of game development is over. It's now time to return to the honeymoon of life.
Oh.
I presume?
Oh.
That's right. Who are you?
You don't sound like you enjoy game development very much.
Attempted murder of
Oh no, I love game development. It's just that the last few
Oh, I know you do.
are they're rough.
Yeah, they're stressful. I understand.
Perfectly understandable.
What was that?
And
What was
this
that?
game especially was kind of a roller coaster, development-wise as well. So
Yeah.
I'm glad it's out and I don't have to think about it too much anymore.
What was that thing? Steam didn't approve it until like the day before it launched or something.
Oh well, yeah, there was that. I mean, well, no, that was really more my fault than anything else because it was my first time submitting for Steam. But yeah, like Steam asks you to allow 5 business days from the time that you submit for review till the time of approval, just in case they need to get back to you to make any changes or anything. So I submitted it for review on the Thursday, the week before launch, and they got back to me in less than 24 hours. I submitted, I think, on like Thursday evening, and Friday evening they got back to me and were like, "Oh, we didn't approve because you forgot to remove the commentary button, saying that there's commentary, and we didn't find any because I decided to add commentary later as a post-release update." But I had forgotten to remove that. So, and also because the the Mac and Linux versions weren't running because they were checking the wrong branch. So I had to write them back and explain to them how to actually access them.
Oh.
And then I didn't hear back from them. And day after day, the thing kept saying the earliest possible day you can release is September 13th. And then it was like September 14th and then September 15th.
Oh, God.
So I was freaking out, but then I realized that what that actually meant was if I had initially submitted for review on that particular day, then the earliest I could submit or could be approved was release was September 16th. So once the review process had already actually started, I was fine. But then yeah, they didn't actually give me the big green button until like the day or two before.
Not a very
So next time I'm going to do it at least a couple of weeks before so I don't go crazy.
That's saying Steam actually does quality control on their games.
Yeah.
That is amazing. Yeah,
Well, it's not so much quality control as it is, does this game run and does it have what it claims to have? They don't actually play
news to
through the
me.
game.
I played a game called A Dump in the Dark, which is
yeah.
Someone must have looked at that at Steam and gone, okay, well, it does have poop in it, and it is very dark, and it does indeed run. Sadly, I guess we have no choice but to release it.
Well, I mean, yeah, if it claimed to have commentary and it didn't, then they would have said don't. But yeah.
Also,
I've seen news videos on how games get released onto Steam, which were more or less asset flips, but they don't even have an exe, and they still get released onto Steam.
Wow. Well, then yeah. Oh, also they decided like a day before we released to have a new adult content survey that you had to fill out.
Oh.
So that was a thing I had to do as well.
Yeah, and I guess this game does technically qualify. I mean, it's
this
not a
game
children's
would be rated
game.
T for teen if it was an ESRB rating, because there's no there's a little bit of swearing, but there's no F words and there's no like super gore or anything.
But it does have dick pills.
It has dick pills, and the and as you can probably tell from your screens, I have now moved these two characters in for a kiss, and as the music swells, that actually took a while. Okay, I'm gonna get the plot rolling here. I'm very sorry to hear about these stressful last days, but it was.
Oh no, it's fine. And then during development, I mean, there was the whole like finding a new publisher thing too. So that was another 6 months off my life. But that's neither here nor there.
Look what Dave Gilbert gave up. No, actually, I know it wasn't quite like that, but yeah,
it wasn't quite like that.
But for the sake of this stream, let's just. Libel alert the fuck out of him.
What can you tell me about Madame Dupre?
I love you, Dave. Don't snuff me at Adventure X, please.
Days have been just awful for all of us.
Yes, I can imagine.
Not like last year, as last year again.
For 7 wonderful
Dave's nice to me, and I still don't know why.
Just as much in love now as we were on the day we married.
Oh, this guy. Is this guy based on the Danish prince consort who died recently? He probably isn't, but he's French as well and just an absolute tit.
To lecture me on my marriage.
A fellow married man, that's who. Your wife has just suffered a very traumatic ordeal. Shouldn't you be at home caring for her?
Well,
She's fine.
those animals aren't going to shoot themselves.
Investigating or being attended to by her doctor. I just needed to get away for a bit. Surely you can understand, Mr. Ford.
The guy who played
something off
Jean,
about this guy,
he also
Miles.
plays the doctor,
Definitely
in
hiding
addition to a
something.
couple
And
of
for
other
once,
characters.
I don't think it's his wife.
He was this very large opera singer named Jason Simon. He had a great voice, and I
Do you know
actually
anything about the circumstances
thought I
surrounding
asked him, I'm
Madame
like, dude,
Dupre's
does anybody ever tell you that you sound like
Horrible.
Jim
Do you have any
Cummings?
idea why Mr.
who,
Martin
if
might have attempted to kill
Jim
her?
Cummings being,
He
you know,
does.
pretty
You
famous
suppose
voice
you're
actor.
arrested?
And yeah, he
Said
totally
it's
has
because
like a Jim
Martin and his
Cummings
mother
vibe to his
are
voice, and I was like,
witches who prey on the well-to-do.
He does. Jim Cummings did the desk sergeant in Gabriel Knight.
oh, it's true, he did.
Teach him a lesson
And
or
he
two,
was
believe
also
you
like
me.
all of the
Right.
band
A
leaders
lesson
or
on how to
something. But
cower
yeah,
in
Jim
the
Cummings
corner.
was in Gabriel Knight, wasn't he? Well, look at that, how appropriate. I didn't even remember that.
That wasn't even one of my, oh, look, this is just like Gabriel Knight thing. If you'd gotten Jim Cummings, that would have been another story.
If I had gotten Virginia Capers, that would have been an even other story.
Then there would be some questions involved, seeing as she died.
Plays a voodoo mother.
Yes, yeah.
Died years ago, so basically you dug her up. What can you tell me about voodoo? Well, guess what brought you alive, my dear?
Clack, clack.
What can you tell me about your
Her
stepchildren?
portrait is just a skeleton.
Oh, God.
I see a bright future ahead.
It's like the
for both of
Rosalka in
What's your
Quest for
relationship
Glory
with them
4.
like?
It's like rotting and
fine.
bits are falling
Why do
off
you
of it.
Oh,
I got a
God.
distinct impression from
Oh, I haven't played QFG
never see you.
4, but I can
Well,
vividly imagine.
I suppose that is
Oh,
true. We don't spend
you-
much time together.
know my stance on RPGs, good sir.
I don't
It's
want
not
to
an
get in their
RPG.
way. Not to mention my
Close
job.
enough. I do feel bad about it because I'm missing out on John Rhys Davis's narration.
I get
Yeah.
the feeling Mr. Dupre avoids his family on purpose.
Oh, he avoids his family on purpose, does he? Well, but he did save Juliet's ass from when they wanted to throw her and her stupid bonsai tree out on their ass.
Do you know anything about Madame Dupre trying to get Juliet taken?
Does she ever stop snipping that bonsai tree? She doesn't, does she?
Laura didn't approve
No,
of her
that's her
daughter's
idle
desire
animation.
to further her education. So
I mean, she
sent a
kind of
letter to
flicks
the
her hair
university
back sometimes,
requesting
too.
Juliet's
Yeah.
withdrawal.
I mean,
To approve of her trying
Lord have mercy if she switches up the two, just starts snipping her hair and flicking the bonsai tree.
him a letter myself without Laura's
And
knowledge.
since we've
Flicking
already
the bonsai-
determined that the bonsai tree is a deadly weapon, she'll cut her hand off.
For withdrawal.
That's very good of you.
Flicking the bonsai
Yes,
tree
well,
sounds like a
I
euphemism.
dislike what we can and can't do by others.
It is now.
Yet he seems perfectly willing to employ.
That's what happens if you don't have enough dick
Suppose we're all
pills.
hypocrites in one way.
Tiny Kitsune is leaving. So, hey, thank you so much for joining the stream. This is actually we do have to
Suppose it goes
end
without
the
saying
stream
that you enjoy
soon.
hunting, Mr. Dupre?
I think I'm gonna
I do.
try and go down this path and try and pay as much attention to it as I can. I am, of course, blinded by the greatness that has joined me today. Hi,
What about your home?
Gemini. It's so good to see you once again. But
Unless I'd like to be.
I was about to make that joke for you. That
yeah,
I was too.
yeah, everyone was.
After all.
Yeah, but what business
good to see
are
we
we
think
talking
alike.
about here exactly?
I'll be going now.
I'd say great minds, but this is us.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna scoot off and see if there are more suspects to add.
Combo number 8 says, if your erection lasts longer than 4 hours, try flipping the bonsai tree.
What? That's not what I thought it meant, but sure.
And now you got 100 Swedish kroner.
Holy shit!
There you go.
Dan!
Thank you, Dan.
Oh my god, thank you. That is amazing because the
Keep on making erection jokes. and
apparently,
it'll be
yeah.
funny.
That's what gets the votes and shit. Shit, and the dude already supports me on Patreon, so holy shit. Jesus.
Damn.
Thank
you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Even a person who doesn't benefit from your generosity in the slightest is saying thank you, so you've done good.
Excuse me.
I know. Shit, where am I going? Review case. Let's see, because I keep clicking on because it has the face of a woman that I want to talk to, but this coffee mug is what I want to talk to.
I mean, they do look similar.
They do kind of.
Can we talk?
Go on.
By the way, while you're here, Francisco, in case you never talk to me again, I just want to say the part.
I'm not going to die, and hopefully neither are you.
There's
but as many dick jokes as we've made about this game, it's possible.
I don't know. I was just going to say the particle effects in this game are really awesome.
Oh,
John
thanks.
They are. Very much.
They're
something.
they're done with a
you know,
particle
they're
effects
anachronistic
generator,
into the
so
world's
it's not like I had to do much work.
But it takes.
Check with those close to us.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of got to get them looking okay. But yeah, thanks. It's a program called Timeline Effects, and it's I think it's pretty cheap to register. I think it's like $40. And you can make some pretty decent particle effects for low resolution games.
Oh, so it's not an AGS plugin.
Oh no. So, it's you generate your particle effects. You can like control them to get them looking the way you want. It's a little fiddly, but in general it works pretty well. And then you can export them as individual sprites, and then import the animations into AGS.
Oh, so it's just like a 400 frame animation.
It's more like I think the most I ever do is 80.
Okay, that's still a lot.
So yeah.
It's just the animation is very smooth on them, so yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good at getting them to loop and be seamless and stuff. So
neat.
I think very nice. is asking if Francisco has a Patreon.
I do not have a Patreon, but you can buy my game. Buy my game. Buy my game. If anybody gets that reference, more power to you.
Hey,
no, I don't have a Patreon.
This part of the city looks like a penis. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
What? The part of what looks like a penis?
Never mind.
I just bought a Golden Wake.
Oh, wow. Well, thank you. I hope you like it. That one's okay. It's no Lamplight City, though.
And it,
I'm hoping to get that soon as well. As soon as I get a tiny little bit more money.
Ask about Lamplight City. Haha, I see what you did there. Yeah, if you bought...
Did you get the... Wait, are you playing on... You're playing on GOG, aren't you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. For some reason, the GOG achievements don't work. But there is an achievement you can...
Worst game ever.
I know, I'm sorry. There is an achievement you can get by... there's a Loom-related Easter egg in Case 1.
Oh. Can I get to it within the next 2 minutes?
Yeah, you can if you go and you play, the Transcendence, the famous Transcendence spell from Loom.
Oh, on the piano.
Yeah, if you play that on the piano, you can.
All right, let's fucking go do that.
You won't get the achievement, but you'll get a little dumb message from Bill.
Cool.
What about those who have already bought your game but want to support you more? Well, you could always buy my game for someone else.
Yeah, I was gonna say, buy the game again.
Buy another copy.
Since he doesn't have a Patreon, buy the game once a month.
I didn't know you could play the game. What happens if I play the 7th Guest theme? Nothing, probably.
I'm leaving.
Wait, what is it? It's...
What if you've already bought multiple Keepo? Well, then just, I don't know. Well, what you could do is you could go to my website, grundislawgames.com, and if you scroll down to the bottom of, I think it's on the Ben Jordan page, there's a big donate
That's a nice
button.
melody.
You can
Reminds
donate
me
me
of my
some
mom.
money on PayPal if you like. I won't say no to that.
So there you have it. How to support a true artist. And I just saw
I
the...
just had to beg for money, so I guess I truly am a true artist.
Yeah, see, you're learning. Lucy asks, is this an evolved version of London? I guess it's an alternate history London thing?
It's not London at all. It's alternate history America.
Oh yeah, it's in Chum or in.
It's Vespuccia. It's Vespuccia, and it's a Commonwealth of the UK. And Lamplight City is the city of New Britannia.
So
which
you have it
divided. Yes, which is divided into the 4 boroughs, which are Lyon, Worcester, Chumley, and Gascogne. And yes, I did have to do a very large world-building Bible for this, but I enjoyed every minute of it.
Nice. We are sadly coming up on the end times here, so I am going to.
You should just go ahead and accuse Albert Martin.
That is exactly what I was gonna suggest. We're gonna go ahead and accuse the person who deserves it the least, but is the most obvious suspect. And I know if I played it some more, paid more attention to it, and all that, we could probably find more suspects. I still have my eye on the parrot, and possibly others as well. But let's just wrap this case up.
But you said you wanted to fail, so
yes,
you might as well not get the right answer.
Is this? I mean, we have the designer here. I can ask you safely: is this the most fail you can get?
Well, no, the most fail would have been if you had declared the case completely unsolvable. But of the 3 suspects, yes, this is the one that is the most wrong.
All right, so it's a D minus rather than an F.
Sure.
Can you even get F minuses? I don't.
You might.
I'm not entirely sure how because the American high school I went to just had like from 0 to 100, and if you got 60, then you'd passed. It was like one of those ratings in Amiga Power. But so I was really disappointed. I went to study in the U.S. for a year, and I never got an A, B, C, D, E, or an F. You can't actually get an E, can you?
No, you can't.
No, it goes D, and then they skip over E because then fuck you starts with F.
I remember when I was in kindergarten, they used to give you an E for excellent. But I think that was the only time I ever saw that.
But I know you can get pluses and minuses for every one of them except for F, right? You can't get an F minus, can you?
No, I don't think so, unless the teacher is a real dick.
Then that would be a D minus.
Yeah, you also can't get an F plus.
F plus? I mean, you showed up to class. That's half the battle.
You didn't die. I'll give you a point for that.
Yeah.
All right, so this is a D minus rather than an F. Let's go. Yeah. Albert Martin did it.
I'm afraid it really...
Lock him up. Oh, wait, he already is.
What? Are you sure?
I'm afraid so. I tried speaking to his mother about their practices, and she threw me out. I
so
also
you know
found
he's
a torn
guilty.
piece of a letter from Madame Dupre threatening him if he ever got near her daughter.
I mean, he does make a convincing
The
case.
doctor said the cause of Dupre's condition was poison.
It's a lot of hearsay, but...
Dark magic cult. Seems like sufficient means and motive to me.
And you're absolutely sure you found no other possible suspect?
None in the slightest.
Sorry, Captain. I know you thought he was innocent.
The facts are the facts. He even fucking says, I didn't bother investigate anything.
Fordham. Then I have no choice but to drop this investigation. Unfortunately, this also means I can't get you any compensation for
No compensation? That's fine.
Perhaps on the next one.
Indeed.
I'll live off my...
Pills were good.
Yeah, we found dick pills, and I'll live off my beard for the rest of the month.
Into fairly soon.
Whatever crumbs I find in there. Wifey's not here to greet us.
Addie?
Hey,
be out of
threw
her
someone in jail who didn't deserve it. Are you proud of me?
Alone because I wanted to talk to you about something.
Oh, yes. We're gonna get yelled at by the voice in our head.
Doing my best to try and find the flower shop burglar.
No, for once, this isn't about him. This is about you.
You suck as a detective, actually. Oh. I think Francisco might have sneaked in some plot branching in how you talk to the voice in your head as well. So, we've got 3 choices. What about me? What about me? Or, what are you on about, Bill? Or, I really don't want to have this conversation right now. I would think the best course of action is to piss off the voice in our head. What do you think?
I mean, isn't it always?
It is. I mean, who is he to come into my head? We didn't shoot him on purpose, as far as he knows anyway, so no. We don't want to have this conversation right now.
Look, I'm really not in the mood for this conversation right now.
Well, that's just too bad, because we're having it anyway.
Also, why does he have to say things out loud for the voice in his head to hear him?
Deflect all you like.
Yeah, I've never understood that about
but it won't work with
voice in the head story
exactly
mechanic. Why can't he's in your head? Why can't you think what you want to say?
I think it would just look weirder.
Doesn't it look even weirder when he's actually talking to the voice in his head? Like,
I mean, that at least shows that he's crazy and he's talking to a voice in his head.
Well,
if he just stood still and didn't move, I don't know. I would just be, I don't know.
Well, yeah, it does open up. The opposite thing does open up some other freaky ideas. As if the voice in his head was also reading his mind, then all of a sudden he can just flash an image of parrots having sex or something, and then the conversation would get completely derailed. Because it'd be like having a serious conversation with a serious argument with someone going, "I really don't appreciate what you did." No, but hear my side of the argument. Parrots fucking. This. I honestly don't know, and I am sick of playing this game. That is not an indictment against the game I am playing. Although it is an interesting choice to leave on.
If I had just if you click on that one when Bill's like, I should have just had Bill like, "Oh yeah, well fine," and then break the fourth wall and the game quits.
Oh, excuse me.
It's a total Space Quest 4 move, actually.
I'm sick of games, Bill. I can't guess. Just tell me.
Here we go.
Have you already forgotten the old days, Miles?
The old days.
Before I died, we were solving cases like nobody's business. You were one of the best detectives on the force.
Yeah, but then I got into dick pills and whiskey and, you know.
Your mind hasn't been as sharp as before. If you're serious about taking on more complex cases, you need to listen to Adelaide and stop.
Oh.
It's already had a negative effect on your performance.
What are you talking about?
Oh, I thought he was gonna yell at us for throwing the wrong person in jail. Well, he kind of is, but he's telling us to stop taking the drugs that keep him out of my head.
Through the night. Nothing will change.
Well, things would change if you found you-know-who.
I thought you said we weren't going to talk about that right now.
Yeah, well, I say a lot of things.
An understatement if ever there was one.
I like how there's sort of a Max from 7 Max twinge to
That's just not who I am,
the voice in his head. Whose name, of course, I forgot.
Crazy. Things have been hard enough as it is.
Bill.
And if, God forbid, Adelaide were ever to find out about...
Find out about what, dear? Yeah.
Miles, is there someone else here?
Yep.
I thought I heard you talking just now.
No, but your sprite is gigantic!
Jig is up.
There's something scale wrong here, or he married an Amazon. I don't know. I'm sorry, Francisco.
It's okay. I actually was trying to design. I designed the rooms to not have any scaling because I didn't think that AGS could handle the proper sprite scaling.
Scaling does look a bit weird in AGS sometimes. A lot of times, actually, especially when characters are moving away from the camera, and it looks like they're suddenly speeding up a lot.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, it looks like his wife is gigantic.
I mean, she's not that tall. It's not like her, her head kind of is a little bit lower than the height of the door. So
no, she's not banging her head. Yeah.
No.
She's not my height, but...
Right.
I was just going over the case, thinking aloud. There's no one here. I was just talking... This one sounds crazy. What do you think, Gemini?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Because otherwise I was calling out to see if you were home. Bullshit, you were. Actually, he was doing that. But
I mean, he technically was when he first got here.
Yeah. No, I was talking to myself.
No, there is...
And scratching my ass, apparently.
Just talking to myself.
You're not going crazy on me, are you, Miles?
No. Whatever gave you that idea? No.
Of course not. Don't be ridiculous, Addie.
Of course not. Shut up. No, we're fine.
Just checking.
Fine.
Again.
Lefebvre was her
I
usual.
don't really know why I have to constantly check whether you're going insane or not, but we are married, so...
That's good.
So I stopped by the shop on the way home and bought a new deck of cards.
Excellent.
Yay!
Shall we have a few rounds of écarté? I believe you demanded a rematch last time we played.
Yeah, because you fucking cheated, you bitch.
That would be nice.
Well, you certainly managed to dodge that bullet. I only wish I could say the same.
For the record, I know the stream lagged for Francisco, so I was actually calling Miles a bitch in this case. 2 weeks later, the card game is still ongoing.
Yeah, I was going to say, how long can they play in that game?
It's like Monopoly. It goes on forever.
And it says here they still don't know what caused that explosion.
It was you throwing a match out the window because you lost.
Red-Eyes have been causing a lot of trouble lately.
Oh, the
A group
Red-Eyes.
of anti-steam tech radicals?
Very same.
Yeah, and then they started this website, and it was
Named after something
things got weird.
So the Redites prefer GOG, do they?
Yeah, they do.
It's really a rather...
I mean, what else are you going to call a group of...
And uncreative, to boot.
Unruly.
babies who don't like change?
Politicians?
Well, that's true.
The Anti-Steam Society, the League for the Preservation of Blowing Things Up, or the Boom Boom Boys.
Because, if nothing else, because that sounds so Monty Python-esque.
They're the League of Preservation of Blowing Things Up. There's something hideously wrong with that sentence somehow. You preserve something of blowing things. So blowing things up is the opposite of preserving, but I know they want to preserve the right to blow things up. There's just something that doesn't click in my head there. The League for the, I don't know, the propensity for blowing things up would make more sense to me, but screw it, yeah.
Perhaps something like the League for the Preservation of Blowing Things
Also,
Up.
apparently I stole Vocabra's GOG joke, sorry.
Long, but it does get the point across. Perhaps you'd best stick with the...
It reminds me of that Red Dwarf quote,
needs a bit
the
of
League Against Salivating Monsters, or my own personal preference, the Committee for the Liberation and Integration of Terrifying Organisms and Their Rehabilitation into Society. The only drawback of that is the abbreviation is clitoris.
Oh, right. I was wondering where the acronym was going to be.
Alright, well, 2 weeks later, Miles still hasn't shaved, and his wife, for some reason, is still sticking with him, so I'm going to save my game here. 2 weeks later, learned nothing. Oh, that doesn't fit. I'm just going to say 2 weeks later. And I'm going to quit to the lovely, lovely title screen. It isn't...
With the stationary blimp.
With the stationary blimp and everything. And the smoke coming... I mean, look at the fucking details in this. It's...
It is a pretty title screen.
Yeah, all sarcasm aside, Francisco, you've really outdone yourself with this game. It is gorgeous and very well written, and I can't wait to take...
Plus, thank you.
Yeah, for me as well. I can't wait to take this game seriously when I play it on my own time.
And can't wait to actually give a shit about this.
I actually mean that. It's not even a joke. So yeah, thank you guys so much for participating, especially you, Francisco, because I know you actually have accomplishments in your life to be getting on with, but...
I don't, though. That's the saddest part. I literally have nothing to do. Yes, this is basically the last 2.5 years of my life.
Oh, well...
There's a void.
I'm almost sorry.
No, it's fine. I have a lot of BoJack Horseman and Spider-Man to catch up on.
Oh, right. Well, thank you for making time at least for to show up for this, and I will of course
my pleasure.
See you, good sir, at Adventure X this year.
Yes.
And thank you once again to Gemini for taking time out of his busy life to show up for my stream.
Not a problem.
One thing I just quit the game because the music was too awesome. One thing I want to bring up is that Gemini is currently streaming Quest for Infamy on his GDG LP stream.
And Twitch.
And Twitch.
I like you have Restream.
Yes. For the benefit of our friend Steven Alexander and his fucked up kidney. And I'm trying to figure out when the next stream is going to be, because he's going to move it to a time slot when I can actually
check your Discord message.
I'm going to do that right now. Yes, I did see that you'd written, but I wasn't going to look before starting a stream. Coming Saturday, the 29th. Oh wait, can I make that? What was I doing the next? I'm going to check right now, because that would be awesome if I can make that 29th. I am free. Yes. Awesome. So 29th at.
So yeah, last week. Sorry.
Oh wait, it was 8 p.m. CEST. I believe it was my time.
Last week I did it on Thursday at 8 p.m. Central Time, which is my time zone, and it was only because I had a vacancy in my schedule, and so I just made the announcement for it, and then it hit me. Oh yeah, a lot of people that want to watch this are overseas and they can't do it, but I just stuck with it because it was too late to change the announcement.
Yeah.
So in future, I'm going to be doing it for, I don't know, another couple of weeks at least. And it'll be on Saturdays, starting this Saturday, the 29th at around 1 p.m. Central Time. So hopefully more people that maybe want to come into the Stop Dying Steve voice chat and join me can do so.
Hey, are we going to do the voice chat on your Discord or the Stop Dying Steve one?
Like I just said, like 5 seconds ago.
Well, I was just thinking maybe you
Stop Dying Steve voice chat.
Well, you could have made a voice channel on your Discord that was called Stop Dying Steve. That's
well, fair point. No, I've still got the Stop Dying Steve official Discord server active.
Yes.
I'll be in that voice chat.
Well, sadly, that one was sort of invite only, but I guess we could open it up because I'm not using it anymore.
I can make another one.
No, you wouldn't have to, because I can sort of open it up. It's not a secret Discord. I can just paste the invite link right here in ye olde chat, and that is the.
You sure?
Well, I just did it.
Oh, okay.
So you guys can join that one if you want to join Gemini's playthrough of Quest for Infamy. And yes, thank you so much to everyone in the chat for keeping us entertained and asking all the fun questions, all the echidna dick jokes and whatever the hell was going on there. That was great fun. And I see Nostalgia Nerd is streaming Tex Murphy Under a Killing Moon. I beat him to it. Okay, the game came out in, what was 94 or something. Other things to get out of the way. Yes, I do have my own Discord. I do have my own Patreon. I don't think I am illuminating people by saying that I do this. I think they all know, but for just goodness sake, I'm going to... Oh, and Vocabra already pasted my Patreon. So yeah, so they exist as well. And I think that is really about it. Yeah, I'm going to stop rambling. I've already gone a little bit over time, and I'm due for a shower. As you can see, my shirt it's very... I was kidding at the start of the stream. I've actually murdered a hobo. So I'm going to go get his skunk off my fingernails and shit. And I bid you all adieu. It was a true pleasure, and you are a true artist, Gonzalez.
Thanks.
So, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you around the chrono. I can't even do my own fucking outro. Chrono stream, wavy at camera.